Posted on the porch, little spoon got a big end. Scroll fast like what the hell, haven't see the whole thing blur from the screen to the street. Somebody wildin' out and I'm watching from the seat. Group chat lit up, then the clip hit the feed. 1 second calm, next second everybody knows it. Tell me why I go like that. Tell me why I go so quick. One post turn into 10 and the whole block it next. Little spoon lean back with that grin on his face. Say run it back, then he points to the place. What's that crazy wild shit? On the porch, little spoon in the cut, say run it back, one smoke. What's that crazy wild shit? On the porch, big gang got it jumping and we peeping through a door. Somebody talk slick, now screenshots flying. One bad move online, got the whole town lying. Heard a voice, no leak, then a petty little thread. Folks eating off drama like it's dinner and bread. Little spoon keep records like a judge with a laugh. If the mess get messy, he gon' double it fast. He don't start the fire, he just fan that smoke. And when the next clip drop, he already know. Tell me why I go like that, tell me why I go so quick. One post turn into 10 and the whole block it mixed. Little spoon lean back with that grin on his face. Say run it back, man, he point to the place. Watch that crazy wild shit on the porch, little spoon in the cup, say run it back, one smoke. Watch that crazy wild shit on the porch, big in, got it jumping and we're deep into the door. And gotta go outside when the whole world crashing. One tap, one swipe in the mess, keep mashing. Little spoon with the big end, laughing at the same porch, same chair, different kind of me. Watch that crazy wild shit on the porch, little spoon in the cup, they running back, one smoke. Watch that crazy wild shit on the porch, big in, got it jumping and we peeping through the door.
In the mirror like chill, son. Bible on the dresser, but he still love a big gun. Tucked in the couch by the baby's cartoon rerun. Hug his little girl, kiss his wife, keep the clips done. Cook out smoke, cousins in the yard talking. He the type to dap you up, say, nephew walk cautious. He loves stories, FaceTime, drunk porch confessions. Got a trunk full of secrets for metal obsessions. He say family first, say boy, mind your business, but the chamber in his chest, they want to quit from witness. He got demons in his jaw, he just taught them to sleep till that back door creak and the locks start to weep. Uncle Tommy, little spoon in my head, riding deep. One say pray on it, one say don't speak. One hand holding my kid, other hand on the beach. I'm a whole war zone. You can't see Uncle Tommy, little spoon in my brain, no beef. One love Sunday, one love late night free. If I black out once, they both off the leaf. I'm a whole war zone. You can't leave. Little spoon with the big end, kick the door off the hinge. Say fuck that soft shit, let the smell of the sin. And he like lips, hips, wallets, tabs when they bending. Got a line for the nose, got a ride for the spin. And he say fuck your kids, fuck your vows, fuck your friends. Only thing he love is the bottle and the Benz. Got him out like a razor, cut a man to the bone. Call your mama out of name, make your body feel strong. He want legs in the air, ass up on the sink, got a gagging on the thought of him, slurring on the drink, leave her on, smell his sweat, Rubber shame, cheap cologne, send her back to a boyfriend with his tent on the phone. He be laughing in the kitchen while your wife do the dishes. Whisper filth in her ear, paint hell in the wishes. Every baby, you okay? She say, yeah, I'm fine. While it's ghost on the tongue like a venomous wine. Uncle Tommy, little spoon in my ear, rocking deep. One say hold tight, one say drive off the seat. One hand on the Bible, other hand on the cheeks. I'm a whole war zone. You can't keep Uncle Tommy, little spoon in my brain. No beat. One love cookout, one love backseat freak. If I black out one, they both off the leash. I'm a whole war zone. You can't leave. Uncle Tom crying. Boy, they need you at home. Little spoon yelling, fuck that, turn the body to a throne. Uncle Tom say, talk it out, walk away, breathe. Little spoon say, choke him out, make his mama disagree. I hear kids in the hallway, hear them moan in the room, smell dinner in the oven, smell powder and they say it's all in my mind, but it's all hidden in plain sight. Turn the screen up, kill the lights. Tell me who you trust when the truth don't lie right. Hidden in plain sight. Yeah. Hidden in plain sight. Whole world sleep, but my eyes on bright. Whole world sleep, but my eyes on. Moonwalk looking like a movie set. Flag still waving in a place with no breath. Question one time, they said, boy, don't stress. Funny how the lies get loud when you test. Globe in the glass, but the plane fly flat. Map stretched out while the routes look whack. Say we spinning fast, but the lake sick blast. If it all adds up, why the map don't match? Dig down deep, talk hollow in the car. Old folk tales been talking about the dog. Underground cities with the build bunkers fall. If it's all just a joke, why they guard every flow? They say it's all in my mind, but it's all hidden in plain sight. Turn the screen up, kill the lights. Tell me who you trust when the truth don't lie right. Hidden in plain sight, yeah. Hidden in plain sight. Whoa. Whole world sleep, but my eyes on bright. Whole world sleep, but my eyes on. War in the day to change the name. Fake paper clip pages got them all in the game. New sky show hologram.
Summertime, yeah, I do this all the time. Yo, wake up in the morning, go get a state of mind. I done feel so many times, but I gotta keep trying. I ain't giving up, go put it all on the line.
We are back. I told you I didn't know if we was gonna be back on the porch or not. For some reason, we are back on the porch today. And we're just gonna grind it out like always. Today, conspiracy theories. If you have a conspiracy that you want to get off your chest, that you think is the truth, that no one else believes the truth, because they do have naysayers out here. They do have naysayers out here that don't believe anything. It's just a day where you open up your mind, believe whatever you want to believe. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I got some things I'm gonna bring up that I've gone over once before, but for the most part, I want to talk about these big forehead motherfuckers and their accomplices because as we all keep saying, there's nothing that's going to be happening. But we're going to say that there was 300 some odd, 400 some odd different people that have been targeted in that Minnesota fraud case. But to me, that's conspiracy. These motherfuckers going to actually do something. I want to see at least 200 or 300, 400 of them put in jail, but we'll see how that bears out. But there's going to be a guy that we're going to watch that talks about it, and I thought it was actually a good little thing because it goes back to say what I always say. It doesn't even matter what Trump does because all they're going to do is literally the judges and activist judges are going to push back against him and put an injunction in there until, they fix the injunction, and then they're going to go right back at it. But we're going to do that. We're going to go over some shit. Some of them are real quick. Some of them are not. I got a couple up here that I'm not going to play because I just can't remember what they are. And for the most part, hey, if you got a conspiracy, bring it up here to the forefront. Always join the always join the chat. You can actually join the panel if you want to. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link right now and actually pin it to the fucking top before I get going and get sidetracked. But other than that, we are here. Have no fear. Poetry's back in business. I don't even know why I got banned for a day. I really don't know why. It just said that I fucking went against community guidelines, but didn't tell me what those community guidelines actually fucking were that I went against. So they said you didn't get a strike. You didn't get a strike, and you didn't get a warning. So here you go. We're just letting you know that whatever your last shit that you did went against community guidelines. Am I not streaming on YouTube? The fuck? Okay, there it goes. Jesus Christ. What? I ain't even did nothing. Nigga, I ain't even did nothing. What's going on already? All right, let me pin this shit to the top. Also, let's go over here. Let's see if we got everything together. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. The only thing that's not correct right now is this. Boop, 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 boop. Ow. Change that to any duration. Yep. All right, there's that. And I pinned it to there. What up, John the Baptist? How you doing, my good sir? Welcome to see you, because we ain't see you yesterday. You ain't come up here to get your teeth kicked in yesterday. Or maybe you did. I don't remember. I can't remember. I know Beans was up here yesterday, and I proved him wrong. And he bowed out gracefully. I guess he just left the stream. I was like, wow. A nigga get his teeth kicked in and show him that he wrong, and he conceded, like as he should have, because he was just wrong. And me and Gemini are undefeated when we work together. When we work together, me and goddamn Gemini is undefeated, baby. When we work together. When we work by ourselves, boy, it's something else. What's up, Mama? How you doing? Glad to see you in the building. We just gonna continue to roll and grow. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. Oh, there goes the white lady. How are you doing? You on Facebook? Howdy do on Facebook, my love. I know your neck hurting bad still. Notice my damn stars. I didn't even see no stars. I seen that. That's what I seen. That's what I seen. I don't see your stars. It didn't come up on my anything. Sorry. It for some reason it didn't show. So I can't tell you. But thank you for the stars. If you sent some stars, I don't know what they were. How you doing, John and Beth?
Yeah, it says a lot when somebody don't know that you just on a panel yesterday.
Was you up here yesterday?
Yeah, I was. That's crazy.
Runs together as a blur, sir.
Yeah, that's when you're that forgettable. That's crazy. But nah.
Oh yeah, you was up here yesterday. I remember now.
Yeah. I did leave early though. To your credit, I did leave early.
No. I was talking about Beans who left early. That's why I couldn't remember it because.
No, I left early too though.
Yeah,
I left when you and Beans got into it. I had to get up in a couple hours. I had to get some sleep.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, so she sent me a screenshot. She sent me 50 stars. I don't know why you sent any stars on goddamn Facebook, because I don't get them shits. But thank you. Thank you. I ain't got no motherfucking money on fucking Facebook in like 6 years, and she decided to send money over. I probably bet I got money over there too. I ain't gonna lie. Oh God, this woman is something else. Thank you for the screenshot, my love. But yeah, I don't even think I don't meet the threshold to actually collect money over there. So that was pointless. But yeah, yesterday was a pretty that whole shooting at the what the fuck was it, Mississippi thing? Mississippi thing was pretty weird. I want to see the full video, and they keep promising transparency. We'll see, because the way it was described by them, I don't know. I just can't believe what they're saying. So there's that. But shit is what it is. Shit is what it is. How are you going today, sir?
Man, life is good. Can't complain.
Yeah, I can't complain either. I mean, if I did, no one would give a shit. So I guess it really doesn't matter.
I can't complain because ain't nothing to complain about. Life is good.
Ooh, I like that. Ain't got nothing to complain about. Do you have any conspiracy theories that you believe that are true, or want to go over any? Just throwing it out there before I get started in some of this bullshit.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist type person. Some of y'all bring up is interesting, but I'm not. Unless you call religion a conspiracy theory, but
Nah, I don't consider religion a conspiracy theory at all. That's weird to even think. I mean, I just think that's just what we've said before. It's a faith without, what do you call it? Not faith. It's a faith. Yeah. So
a belief system, I guess.
Belief system. Doesn't necessarily mean that. For your eye fun, so you can see John the Baptist was here. Thank you, Mama, for the $10 super chat. Hey, it's not that I didn't see it. It's just I just can't remember, man. Yesterday was a blur. I don't know what it was about yesterday. I didn't want to go to work. I didn't want to do anything yesterday, and that was the same thing on Monday.
Punch. We appreciate you. Turn that up. Hey. Thank you for the money. Thank you for the moolah. Every shot, every life.
Sometimes in life, the odds are against you. But if you give it your all, if you do the best you can with what you have, you still might not be able to really do shit about.
That's a whole fact. Thank you, Mama, for donating to the stream. Thank you for being here. You see Mayo's in the building. He says howdy. Jesus Christ. Why is this muted and everything? What the hell's going on? Oh, they didn't turn the fucking volume off on this record? That's crazy. Oh, they hate. Partially muted due to copyright. So I guess we're not going to watch that one. Get the fuck out of here. All right. So let's start this off here. Mayo. Not Mayo. John the Baptist.
Man, forgot I was here yesterday. Then you gonna forget who I am today. That's crazy.
I'm old, nigga. I'm old. Well, leave me alone. I'm old. God dang, cut me a break out here, man. All right, so we're gonna try to make this as painful as possible, or painless as possible. There we go. We'll go with that. All right, so they were not slavers. They were slavers, not heroes. This was going. I think I watched this before.
The film The Woman King came out, starring Viola Davis. Beautiful story. Critics wrote about representation and the power of African feminism. Audiences wept. The archives say something different. And before we get into the raid scene, something needs to be said about what Dahome's elites knew. Because there's a convenient myth that African traders didn't know what happened to people on the other side of the ocean. Ordinary people probably didn't know. The Mandinka on the Gambia River thought Europeans were cannibals, remember? But the elites?
Remember the Mandinka that they're talking about? And you didn't watch New Roots with us, did you?
Nah.
I'm a Mandinka Roya because they were slavers. They were slavers. But they tried to make what the fuck is that nigga name that was in Roots before got his foot chopped off?
Kunta Kinte.
Kunta Kinte was a Mandinka warrior. He was a slaver. He just was turned into a slave. A slaver turned into a slave, and they made a whole fucking movie about this shit, making him out to be some type of hero that was enslaving his family and enslaved so many people. Crazy how that worked.
Oh, a slave and a slaver, somebody who makes slaves, I guess what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't. Yeah, I was trying to make sure I understood what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, that's always been understood though, that you had tribes that own slaves in Africa. That's not new.
No. They're tribes that sold slaves in Africa. And yesterday I showed a video of a chick that's the chick had 400,000 slaves that she sold, plus she had 300 personal slaves that she had. These things go on and on and on and on and on and on. But we as American blacks or American melanated or homegrown niggas seem to leave these motherfuckers out of the problem.
Books.
Yeah, absolutely. They totally are missing out of history books unless you want to fantasize about them that they were such a good people and they stood strong against. No, they were working hand in hand with the same people that so-called brought you over and whooped your ass because they was whooping your ass over there. They knew that they sold you into slavery. They knew what the fuck was going on, and they didn't care because you were property there and your property here. But that's a conspiracy theory that most black people don't want to actually be a part of. It's like, let's only blame white people and not the motherfuckers who act. Oh no, because we were over here before that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not what none of the history books say. So, whatever. They blame the chain. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fucking fact.
Dahomey sent at least 5 official embassies to Portugal and Brazil.
5.
In 1750, 95,
So they knew what the slaves
1805,
were going through.
1811, and 1818. Diplomats travelled between Lisbon and Salvador de Bahia. Portugal paid for their lodging, gifts and correspondence were exchanged. King Adandozan, Dahomey's ruler at the turn of the 18th and 19th centuries, wrote letters to the Queen of Portugal, in which, by the way, he commented on the Napoleonic Wars and expressed regret that the film The Woman King came out, starring Viola Davis. People probably didn't. River thought European 5 official embassies. Diplomats travelled between Lisbon and Salvador de Bahia. Portugal paid for their lodging, gifts and correspondence were exchanged. King Adandozan, Dahomey's ruler at the turn of the 18th and 19th centuries, wrote letters to the Queen of Portugal, in which, by the way, he commented on the Napoleonic Wars and expressed regret that he couldn't assist the Portuguese royal family in their fight against the French. Not an ignorant savage, a diplomat with full geopolitical awareness. On the Gold Coast, local rulers sent their children onto European ships, into forts, sometimes to Europe and America, to learn the business from the inside. They even had clauses written in...
What? Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? To learn the business from the inside. Come on. Why do they leave this out for the black? Why don't they teach this during Black History Month? Oh, I just want y'all to know I fixed my fucking chair. Oh my God, and it feels amazing. The homie, that's a fact. Yeah, it's just crazy. We learned about it now. No, they should continue learning about it during the nigga month, which is February.
Into their contracts with the Dutch and British. Procedures for buying back Allied countrymen if they accidentally ended up on a ship. The elites knew, not everything, but enough, and they kept trading.
This isn't the end yet. Watch the full story on History Undercurrent on YouTube.
History Undercurrent on YouTube. So let y'all know that. Yeah, this is new to me. Interesting. Yes. What did they say? What the hell did he just say? History, what again?
Kept trading.
This isn't the end yet. Watch the full story on History Undercurrent on...
History undercurrent. Let's go look that up so I can say that. Because, I like history. It's a fun thing to learn about history. But it's funny how we leave this out of the history books in America. And I just don't understand why. Why we do it.
Doesn't fit the narrative.
Doesn't fit the narrative. But I tell you what does. Do you want me to tell you what does?
What was that?
The feminization of black men in America. That fits their narrative more than anything else.
So you saying that's going to be in the history books?
Oh, it's already in the history books. It's already in history. Ooh.
So you still got a son in school, right?
What's that?
You still got a son in high school, right?
Yes, sir.
So are they learning about men, the feminization of men in high school? Well, I'm trying to figure out how you know this, or what evidence do you got that they are teaching this in school?
No, I said they're not. I didn't say. I said it's going to be. You asked me, what's it going to be in the history books? I'm saying, absolutely, it's going to be in the history books.
I thought it was already in the history books.
No. It's going to be in the history books.
Okay.
But that neither here nor there. It's less divisive. That's true. That is true, Mayo. That is absolutely true.
It's less divisive?
Yeah, it is less divisive. That's not there. So that's why they won't teach it. That's why they won't teach about what the fuck.
Oh, okay. Less divisive. Yeah, I see you saying. Okay, yeah.
So this is a conspiracy that I think you should touch on, because you understand this more than me, right? Because you like to talk about feminism. What do you think this is, my good sir?
Listen to them black witches. Modern day, no good pissy pussy bitches. Whose son is that? This is what they co-sign. That's why I say we gone, man. We gone. Listen.
You see that shit? That's what's less divisive right there.
That's one.
Uh-huh.
That's one.
What do you mean that's one? What do you mean?
You know what we count down over here.
Yeah, because conspiracy. Do you think that
every time you bring up something gay, we count it down?
That's gay? That's gay to you?
Yeah. Oh, that's strictly gay.
No, watch it. I tell you, this is not to bash anyone. This is to create awareness of what's going on in these schools and the people that are perpetuating it, which is the black female. Oh, did you hear what these hoes in the background? Did you hear them?
Listen to them black witches. Modern day, no good pissy pussy bitches. Whose son is that?
Like,
this is what they co-sign. That's why I said we gone.
How is that acceptable? How is that acceptable?
Talking to the
we
chat.
Gone.
What do you say?
Talking to the chat.
I'm talking to you too.
You ain't talking to me.
I just asked how is it acceptable. Is it acceptable to you?
No.
If you were in charge of this country, what would you do when you see something like this?
That's easy.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I would inform law enforcement, snatch that robe, whatever his dress off the back of his suit, arrest him, and throw him in jail.
You throwing him in jail except for the people that are being acceptable of it?
Oh, and the parents gonna go to jail too?
Oh, okay.
Well, you know what? That sounds stupid as I think about it. I didn't think none of that through. That was all the emotional babble. But
yeah. Bring it back. Okay, well, give it to us. That was emotional babble. That's crazy. What up, cuzzo?
Yeah, that's for real though. It's like the real question, what do you do with that when you see it? If I was in charge of the country? I most definitely would make it uncomfortable for you to walk around like that.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, I would enforce masculinity and femininity among the sexes. So if you're a male, you have to dress like a male. If you're a woman, you have to dress like a woman.
Will you be allowed to be gay?
So it's kind of hard to enforce being gay or not gay, right? You can enforce it. So if you catch them in the act, you can enforce it. Because there were times there are some times even recently where they just changed the laws. I'm not sure if they did. I think they did change them where sodomy was against the law. You can check double check, but I think sodomy was against the law at one time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Spitting on the sidewalk is still against the law. Doesn't mean they enforce it.
No, but I'm saying I probably would bring those laws back and probably enforce it.
So would you make it illegal to be gay?
As of 2026, homosexuality is criminalized in 62 to 65 countries worldwide, primarily across parts of Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. The exact number varies slightly depending on how specific regional laws and unenforced statutes are counted.
Mm-hmm. So will we be one of those countries? According to you, will we be the 66th country?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Okay.
I think what you were saying, kind of what you were saying to earlier. Society has done a lot to feminize men.
Yeah, this is why I played it. This is what's being normalized, and this is what's acceptable to especially black women here in these streets.
And then you got when you see this see it every day, but it is true that a lot of women are accepting this behavior. And what I find even more scarier now is a lot of men start accepting this behavior.
Yes, because they've been browbeat so much. It's the same reason why I say that white people these days, a minority of white people are super. They are the minority. A minority of white people are scared of black people.
I'm going to tell you,
a growing minority.
I was having a conversation today, right?
Yep.
And I don't think people hate Donald Trump because they think he's racist. I think they hate Donald Trump because he's masculine.
That could be. Hey,
I really believe they hate him because he's masculine. If he was more feminine, soft natured, if he presented himself as like
a Democrat,
as a Barack Obama, yeah.
Well, that's true because he was accepted when he was a Democrat, sir. Think about it.
And if you really think about this too, now it's like it's not that Donald Trump hate gays because he got gay people in his party, in his not his party, but in his staff.
In cabinet.
Cabinet. Thank you. His cabinet. So he's not against gays, but I think he is. I think what he is against is that transformer stuff. It's
because he's been browbeat and he's scared to be outside the box when it comes to the gays because he wants their fucking
I don't think Donald Trump hates gays. I don't think he hates them.
I don't think you ain't gotta hate him, motherfucker.
I don't think well, okay, let me go back and say that's not what I was trying to say either. I don't think Donald Trump fears anything about supporting gays. Because he lived in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's against gay people.
I don't think so either.
I don't think he. Well, you said fear. You said fear. I'm focusing on the fear part. Mm-hmm. I don't think he feels repercussion.
Well, he feels he does feel retribution against it or repercussion because it's not a good thing for him to be because most people say we don't care who you love, blah 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 blah. So if he's to come out strongly against it, it'll be way worse than what it is now. But he was the first openly gay accepting president that came into office. So yeah, I think he understands what the power that they possess here in these streets. He's not dumb. He's not dumb by far.
Okay. So you think
it'll be political suicide for him to come out strongly against gays.
So
transgenders, but gays, oh yeah, definitely 100%. In today's age, yes.
So for you, it was a strict political movement for him.
Absolutely.
I actually think it because he's raised in New York. He's more accepting of it.
That could be too. But the reason why is because just think about all the positions that he stood strong on. They bought breed his ass now for those positions. And he goes back on some of those positions that he had because of the backlash.
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to call you wrong, but I want to push back for a minute. I don't think Donald Trump is the type of dude. Okay,
you can still be masculine and accept shit that you just it's gonna
no,
fucking. You understand that it's gonna
that.
be a death wish to your whatever the fuck you're going with. That's the same reason. Okay, I'm gonna say it like this: it's the same reason why a large minority of white folks don't say nothing. Oh, I have black friends. That shit because they want to appear that they're not racist. No one cares if you're not racist. You know, if you are racist, who cares? They won't flat out come out and say it, but they know black. That's why they won't flat out come out and say black people is racist. We know they're racist. Some of the black people are the most racist. But no, they're gonna say, no, it's not racism. It's what? Prejudice. But if you look up what prejudice means or what racism really means, racist really means, they're synonyms.
Yeah, the point I'm trying to get to, I don't think Donald Trump is the type of person. I think he changed his mind. You can browbeat him with your ideology, what you believe. And I don't think he's going to change his mind until something he sees make him change his mind.
Okay.
I think he's his own man.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying he's not his own man, right? But it doesn't negate the fact that you can change some of the strongest positions you have based off a political death wish.
So, based what you said, and I know you're not directly saying this, but I'm gathering what words that you're using. These are coward.
Yeah, in certain aspects, absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I understand. See, the thing about it is, I understand the realm he's in, and there's a lot of things that you'll give up to win in other spaces. So I'm not faulting him for that. It's just the nature of the political climate that we're in. And that's how I look at it. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with like me personally. Do I have anything against the gays? No. But if I was the person running the country and I had the ability and this was a dictatorship, I think I would outlaw being gay.
Yeah.
So, but as of right now, it's so acceptable right now. There's no reason to go against what's going on because you cannot legislate someone not being gay. And we understand that as the country that we're in, saying it's freedom of expression, freedom of this, you can't preach that and then go back and say, oh no, you can't be gay. You know what I'm saying? It's different for the countries that already have that based in their law. Like a lot of countries in Africa, it is illegal to be gay. A lot of countries in the Arab countries or what so-called Middle East, it's illegal to be gay there. But I know there's some openly bags there. You know what I'm saying? I know that.
That's your question.
Go ahead.
I think through the Civil Rights Amendment, I think it was in 2015 or 2019, they attached the alphabet community to the civil rights.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
I can't remember what year it was though. One of them years.
The year I don't know, but yeah, I remember when it was not a study. It was a fucking thing that came across them when they did that. I remember. Remember that. So,
the question is, does that give you the right? Does that give people? I'm saying you in general, not you. Does that give people right to be? Did that give people right to be gay?
Yes, absolutely. The Constitution allows them to be gay.
Now that's because it's part of the amendment. Is that what you're saying?
No. It's because literally it's freedom of expression.
Okay.
That's it.
So even in the original Constitution before the any amendments.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, that was part of the amendment, was the expression. So, but
Well, you know, I don't know what it
the
came
Bill
to.
of
That's all I got.
Rights, the Bill of Rights gives you like there. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You cannot legislate morality. Yes, that's a fact. So that's why I would say it's a losing issue for some things, right? Now, that whole thing where you're trying to say that you can legislate people not being able to let kids get fucking sex changes at fucking 7 and 4 and 3 and all that stupid shit, because we legislate people not being able to, kids not having guns, being able to vote, being able to drink, being able to smoke, be able to, you know what I'm saying? Even right now, you in some states you got to be 21 to get to be able to buy cigarettes. So, you know, what are we doing?
We can legislate morality laws.
You can name one.
Sodomy.
That's not illegal. I mean, that's illegal.
At,
That's
at
illegal
one,
still.
at,
Uh,
yeah, but at one time, no. What did I just say? I don't think you understood what I just said.
you said for one. You said it's still legal. It's still illegal. They looked it up.
No, I'm saying we can legislate. We can legislate morality laws.
Yes, in different states.
Yeah,
But
so
federally,
that's what I was.
federally, you can't.
Yeah, I wasn't. My argument was that you can legislate morality law. You said you can't legislate morality, but you can legislate morality in the law.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't care if it's federal or state. It's
But
still you.
But the thing about it is,
That's still legislation.
how do you enforce that when that specifically runs head on the goddamn Constitution, based off this thing as a freedom
Oh,
of
you're right.
expression?
Yeah, cause the freedom of expression part. See, okay, so I know how you can fight against it there, because the freedom of expression can be interpreted not to include that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can
Yeah,
actually have you can actually have judges that would interpret like, that's not included in there.
you can fight it, but you're gonna lose it. It depends on who you have in when it gets to the Supreme Court, if it
Well,
ever makes it there.
The Supreme Court right now would say no. It's well, I take that back. I
We
lied.
don't know. We
That-
don't know.
because the climate we live in right now, we don't know.
There you go.
But I think they would be. But I think the people, the majority, not the yeah, the majority, because most of the votes that happen on right there, like 63, 8-1, and it seems to be the things that are liberal that get voted down. Seems that the majority of people voted down.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I actually believe that we got a stronger chance if we went to the Supreme Court right now. We have a better chance of passing right now than we did any time going forward.
I don't think so.
You think?
I'm gonna tell you why I don't think so. Before you go, the reason. Oh my God, the reason why I don't think so is because they're gonna say once upon a time, it was illegal to marry a black woman. I mean, yeah, a white dude marry a black woman, or a black dude marry a white woman, right? So now we're gonna go into that back and forth, because now you got Clarence Thomas up there who has a white wife. So just saying that alone, that's just saying you can't dictate who a motherfucker loves. So if a man loves a man, who are we to say that it's against the law? It was against the law at one time. So now if we're supposed to be moving forward and changing laws to accommodate everyone, because that's clearly what they're trying to do here in America, is accommodate everyone. That's where you can't legislate that into law.
I don't think Clarence Thomas have a problem. I don't think he would interpret same sex as same thing as interracial relationships. I don't think you have a problem voting for one and voting against the other one. I think he's an intelligent enough man to understand, like, hey, yeah, we know that constitutionally that there's something immoral about saying that somebody can be married to a different race. I think he can actually vote for one and vote against the other one and have a clean conscience. I think that's a bad example to use just because he married to a white woman.
The reason why I said that is because once upon a time it was illegal.
Yeah, it was illegal, but then
Mhm.
that's one of the ones you look back and justify it never should have been illegal.
No, you can't justify that.
No, I'm saying you can say that it never should have been legal. It never should have been illegal to marry a different race
Why? Why you say that?
because there's not, most of our laws have a um
Morality set in place.
there you go. They're a lot of based off
Yes. Yes.
biblical laws.
Yes.
So
How long ago was it illegal? Shit, I don't know. Let's look at that. How long ago was it when it was illegal to marry a interracial couple?
Interracial marriage became fully legal nationwide
59 years ago.
on June 12th, 1967.
Damn.
In the landmark case,
That ain't even long ago.
mm-mm.
But we know before then, there's been cases before there when there was other motherfucker, a white dude and a white chick and a black dude that was married, and a white dude and a black chick that was married before. There has been individual cases before that. Whether you want to say those were legal marriages through the state, because remember back then it wasn't necessarily everything through the state. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think Clarence Thomas would have a problem voting down same sex marriages or homosexual relationships. I think he would make that illegal if he could. And I don't think he would get trapped by him being married to a white woman. I think your argument falls apart on that one. Just my opinion though.
Kai, why the hell did you send me that shit, Kai? That shit is weird as shit. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Oh, matter of fact, I'm glad Kai said something. That's just like you sit here right now. You're married to a white woman, but
Yes,
you would still
right.
vote. But you would still vote down homosexual sex if you could. I know you would.
Having sex with him? Me? Okay, like I said, right now, it depends on my political aspirations.
Oh, Tom, you're a sellout.
Again, it depends.
You saying you a sellout. You would sell out.
Sell out.
You said no. You would sell out. You would vote against something you believe in just so you get further ahead.
I think I'll be more effective on the inside than I would be on the out. Yeah.
You'll sell out.
Cool. Name one that hasn't been a sellout.
I thought Tom was until today.
Like I said, so if you look at things, I think it's a strategic move that a lot of people use to, once they get in, they change their stances on things a lot.
Oh yeah,
every fucking time. So
Barack
that's why I
Obama
say, just saying it out, me personally, I wouldn't speak on it if I was running for my political aspirations, right? Because I know that's a hotbed item right now in this world about people being gay or being trans. I will do just like Democrats do, which is pivot. I would pivot to something else and never answer the fucking question. Or I would answer the question straight up and just get it over with quickly. It's one of the two things.
So you think there are more people for it than against it?
No, absolutely. You mean for gay rights and gay marriage?
Yeah.
I think there's more people for it than it's against it. Yes. 100%. 100%.
That's interesting. I don't think.
Right now, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's the majority Black women.
Yeah, I think there are more people who are against it. They just pretend like they're for it because they're like you. Because they're like you. They're afraid to be ridiculed.
I'm not afraid to be ridiculed because it's like I said.
Well, I'm saying, but okay, not if you would be ridiculed. For you, you're afraid to use your political position and what you're trying to gain.
Like I said, if it was just about the gay stuff, that's something I would pivot on. When it comes with transgenderism, I'm 100% against it, no matter how you look at it. Boom. It's not even thought. It's not even a thought.
So I'm gonna ask you a what if question here.
Mm-hmm.
What if you could speak out against it, and it would help in the feminization of men, but it would cost you your political aspirations?
It depends on if I was in. Okay, so if it's gonna cost me my political aspirations, I think I'm better on the inside than I am on out. So I will weigh that out, and I won't speak against it. I won't speak in favor of it either.
But if you actually speak out against it,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to get in office. You don't have to get in office to end it. You can end it without to get in office.
No, you can't.
No, that's what I'm saying. An example I'm giving you, you can end it before you know, because if you speak out against it, you could be the motivator that says, you know what, I agree with him. I agree with him.
But here, what you're saying is you're trying to dictate someone's thought process. You never be able to end it, sir.
No, you're trying to influence someone's thought process.
Yeah.
And
you'll never be able to end it.
You okay. You can't end it, but you can influence it, right? And one thing we know about people in America, they easily influenced.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't think they're easily influenced.
How do you think we got here? How do you think we got to this moment right now? They was easily influenced. They was brainwashed.
Well, that was years of brainwashing. It wasn't done overnight. That was done over years.
You're still not changing anything I just said.
Yes, I am, because you're saying it was easily. It wasn't done easily. It was propagandized for years, and it just took hold.
Just because it took a long time don't mean it wasn't easy.
That will fit the definition of hard.
No, longevity doesn't necessarily mean easy or hard. It just means a long time.
Absolutely, it does mean
hard. It doesn't mean it was hard.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
Let me look it up.
Because think about it like this: my longevity is staying in the office for 45 years. That's hard to fucking do, unless you're in an all blue little fucking place or an all red little place, and no one's going to vote outside of that, and no one else is running against you.
Does longevity equal with being hard?
I would say yes.
Living a long life isn't about an easy path. It requires dedication. Embracing proactive habits and maintaining physical and mental discipline helps to combat age-related issues, promoting health, strength, and mobility.
Still saying it's hard. Basically, it said longevity doesn't necessarily mean easier life. Instead, it doesn't say anything, and I wouldn't speak to it all. Let me ask it again, because that wasn't.
You can't just bow out. This what beans be talking about. Well,
if you're right, you're right. I just don't think longevity equals with being hard.
Check the comments. Here's it. Let me read. Let me look it up.
Longevity does not mean effortlessly easy life. It is tied to being hard in terms of persistence. Okay, so you're right. It is tied to being hard. Being hard in terms of persistence, physical stress, and purposeful discipline.
Try to tell you.
Yeah.
Try to tell you.
Okay, I get it. All right. Hey, you're right.
Well, I'm not right. It's not a right or wrong thing. That's just someone's. That's just matter of fact. That's just speaking on someone's opinion. So that's just people's opinion. With longevity, it's just harder. And Mayo, that shit is funny as shit. I watched that the other day, but I didn't check the comments out though. Yeah.
Oh, I cut you. My bad. We talked. Your video went down. Huh? I talked too long.
Oh no, it's Master Tom Black. It's Master Tom Black. It depends on what Master Tom is because I got a homeboy named Tom and he white, but he's actually black because he is a natural redhead. Boom, that makes him a nigga. And I fixed my chair, guys, so I'm not leaning no more. I can sit up straight and not fall back. So yeah. Oh, that's your time. It's my right. It's my right. You remember that shit? It's just fucking Zoom range shit. Oh shit. That's great. That is crazy. Don't get that nigga my kid, man. Don't give him that, man. Wait. How does being a redhead make you black? Oh. Wait, you want me to go to the TikTok and find it out? That's what they were saying. Redheads means you're black, mama. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. Let me go to my TikTok. Hi, Kingdom Mind. How you doing? Yeah, listen, it's not me. It's TikTok who said this shit, and I don't make the rules, mama. A redhead means that you are a black motherfucker. Well, it says you're a nigga. So, oh boy, hold on, my wife's telling me some shit. Nope, ain't doing it, Kai. Ain't doing it, Kai. I am not doing it with you today, Kai. But sending me shit. Let me see. Let me find it. Gingers. All right. So, matter of fact, let me go. How do you go back? All right. Okay. I don't make the rules, mama. I'm just gonna give it to you. I wasn't gonna say hard and long, but that would be sexual. I don't want to be. I'm gonna give it to you straight. This is not me saying it. This is tickety talk.
Who is ginger, who has red hair, those are black people. All gingers are black people. If they have red hair, they are black. You see a white man with red hair, that's a black person. You see a white woman with red hair, that's a black
No way.
Gingers are black. All gingers. I just need to remind y'all again. Everyone who is ginger, who
say it's not me.
All right, listen up, white folk. Now that gingers have finally been claimed and are able to take their rightful place with our black brothers and sisters, we gotta set some ground rules for the rest of you male-looking ass people. First up, you cannot use the G word anymore, okay? That term is reserved for us, and also all black people now have the G word pass. We are part of the BIPOC community, okay? We are POHC, people of hair color. Number 2, if you use SPF 50 or higher, that is cultural appropriation. And no, we are not all Irish, okay? That is a stereotype. And to tack on to that, leprechaun is also a slur too. Number 3, no, you cannot ask us if the curtain matches the drapes, okay? We are not here to be fetishized. We are not here for your amusement. We will also no longer be standing for the media portrayals of gingers, particularly ginger women, as being hypersexual vixen temptresses. Dolly Parton, you get a pass for Jolie. Everyone else, no. Now, Redhead Appreciation Day is on September 23rd annually. And we extend this to also be celebrating our black brothers and sisters as well. And Kiss a Ginger Day on January 12th is out. And all of these regulations and protections extend to the rest of the black community as well, not just the ginger port. And to respect the invitation into the community, we also have no requests with regards to partaking in Juneteenth with you. That is all for you guys. As for Black History Month, we only request that now we be allowed to claim 50% share of Malcolm X. Be allowed.
You heard it there. It wasn't me, man. It was not me. I didn't make the rules. They just said, matter of fact, let's see.
What if I told you all gingers are black? Sounds wild, right? But let's talk fact. Red hair comes from a mutation in the MC1R gene that also plays a major role in melanin production. And melanin, that's not just skin pigment. It's a biological powerhouse found in the eyes, the hair, even the nervous system. And its roots trace back to Africa. Anthropologists have long debated the origins of red hair. Guess where some of the oldest red hair genes show? Morocco, Northern Africa. In ancient Berber tribe, black people with freckles and fiery hair, not dyed, not mixed, natural. Even the facial feature, broad noses, full lips, deep eye socket, can show up in both groups. Coincidence or ancestral overlap? Let's not forget the first human was black, and every branch of humanity, from pale to freckle to redhead, just a remix of that original design. So when people say gingers are black, it might be more than a joke. It might be genetic memory trying to speak through time. But if I told you,
just saying, my homeboy who gets a nigga pass because he a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Plus, he's from the country and he a nigga. he literally a nigga. That's why I call him, that's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So mama's like, you know, it's not me. I don't make the rules. All gingers are niggas. All gingers are niggas. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. I don't make the rules. You can go find a conspiracy theory. Don't blame me. But I will tell you, I will give you this, mama. Any one of these people like this right here, mama, I'm gonna show you this shit right here. Bitches like this, that's cultural appropriation of my white women. I ain't gonna stand for it. I ain't gonna stand for the cultural appropriation of my white women out here in these streets. This bitch needs to be ashamed. Shame her, because she's supposed to be a pro blackity black ass motherfucker, but loves to put the hair on of a white woman. Love to make herself seem like a white. Maybe because she's a half breed and she don't know what side to pick. But this bitch, her hair is black. She just keep motherfucking culturally appropriate my fully born white women, or shall I say, melanin deprived white women. Just saying. I ain't standing for this shit no more. Y'all need to tell this fake ass pro black bitch. Y'all need to tell her stop wearing these white women's hair. I'm sick of this shit. Only OG likes this shit. No other nigga likes this shit. This shit needs to stop. This shit, John the Baptist, feels up to me. I literally will give her a $7,000 fine every time she's caught culture appropriating my white women out here in these streets, because we know how much she hates white women. She hates them because she is them. That's crazy work. Well, she's half of them. But yeah.
I didn't know you brought that feminist up on your screen.
I don't give a fuck about a fucker being a feminist. I just know she's retarded. But anyway, I want you to listen to this, John the Baptist, and give me your take on what you just heard.
Anybody who studied any small bit of history knows that electoral college is rooted in slavery. That was the entire reason that it was invented, essentially. And we should have gotten from up under it a long time ago. And not just because you have two women quite capable who lose the election.
Can you explain to me?
Well, what she is saying is she got a college degree, and she don't believe in constitutional republic. She wants a democracy with a majority rules.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, all the stupid stuff she want to get past, she feel like a better chance. She get what she want with popular vote and not constitutional republic. Where we have representatives who actually vote for us through like electoral college system. So she wants to do away with that. That's what I gather. And so to make black people hate it even more, she's trying to attach it to slavery with no evidence and no proof.
Well, it was never. It was. I'm gonna ask Gemini because she made the claim. Let me ask Gemini, see if Gemini will say the same thing that she said. Was the electoral college invented because of slavery?
No.
Slavery played a major role in its creation, though the 1787 Constitutional Convention, delegates debated how to choose the president. A national popular vote was rejected largely because Southern delegates like James Madison objected that the South would lose every election. While the North and South had similar total populations, roughly 1/3 of the South's population consisted of enslaved people who could not vote. To bridge this gap, the founders baked the 3/5 compromise into the Electoral College system. This allowed Southern states to count enslaved people as 3/5 of a person for congressional seats and electoral votes. This gave the white, slave-holding South artificially high political power in presidential elections without actually giving enslaved people the right to vote. Other contributing factors included a general distrust of direct democracy by some founders and a desire to balance power between small and large states.
So she was right there, John the Baptist. I didn't even think of that.
3/5 is the same thing as because if you say somebody's 3/5, that means they don't get a full vote anyway. But I'm sorry, I take it back. Not even a vote. Because they don't. Okay, because they were saying that's what a property is. So therefore, property can't vote.
Well, it gave them,
representation. Representation. 3/5 of representation, not voting.
But I said it played a major role. That's what. It wasn't the only. It did play a major role in it because of due to the North and the South. That's what they're saying. So slavery was.
It was on their mind. It was on their mind.
Yes. Because the Democrats wanted to keep their slaves. Let's just be honest.
But hold on. But she said that it was. What she said was slavery or racist.
Well, I think she said slavery. Yeah, rooted in slavery.
Anybody who studied any small bit of history knows the Electoral College is rooted in slavery. That was the entire reason that it was invented.
It was the reason why it was invented. And she's technically not wrong.
No, she's not wrong.
She's not wrong. As much as I can't stand this bitch, after listening to what was said, she technically wasn't wrong.
No, she wasn't. I want her to be wrong. I did when she started making 3/5 argument. I said she about to be wrong, but then she said it more. The 3/5 to me, I thought that more representation more than voting.
That's what it was. That's what it was. There's more representation for the owners of the slaves.
But
owners of the slaves.
Owners of the slave, correct?
Yes.
So but anybody want to make 3/5 property, so the property could be presented as a person and could get a vote. So even with that, even now that I think about that, she's still right. Even though I don't want her to be right, she's still right.
Because when you're counting this, so it's kind of like the census, right? When you do the census, you want to have everyone that's in the state, right? So if I have slaves who are property, they're not technically an actual person. They're just 3/5 of the person. So I got to have 2 of them motherfuckers to equal 1 to be for that person. So what that does is it gives them more representation in the house. Let's just say that. So, yeah, she wasn't wrong, but God damn it, you really want her to be.
Oh, that time that was me hoping, because I really don't agree with a lot of she says, but she was right on that one.
That's why we fact check over here, But I will say this, bitch. Take off my white woman's hair, goddamn. We don't like these fake ass, ugly ass lace front because a white woman can go like this and change where the part is, hoe ass bitch. Just saying. Just want to put it out there.
What's that thing that Michael Smith called it this one day on TV? I can't get the image of my head now.
A hair hat?
No. I'll be back. What's his name? Used to be governor of California.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, yeah. In a movie, he played against one of the monsters. It was an alien he's fighting against. Which one of them was he's fighting against an alien?
Okay.
That's what he called her. Michael Smith called her that name one day, and I can't get the image out of my head. Every time I see her.
I don't know what he called her. So I
you know what the movie is? I know you've seen it.
I don't.
What movie has Arnold Schwarzenegger fought against an alien?
I don't fucking Terminator.
What was the aliens called Terminator, or was that the name of the movie? What's the name of the alien that was in that movie?
That was the name of the movie, but he was a Terminator.
It was an alien in that movie.
E-Dub said Predator.
Predator, there you go.
Oh, okay. What up, E-Dub? How you doing, my good sir? But hey, she wasn't wrong. So, man, so now you know something. Now we got more information. Useless information in your brain. Fucking bitch. Yeah. Take off my white woman's hair. This
the one time she was being racist that she ended up being right.
You see me like, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't even see that, Mayo. Let me go ahead and send it to you right now. I'm gonna put it in the shit. Here you go. That shit was crazy. There you go. Oh man, no, it's Coon Jesus today, my good sir. We Coon Jesus right now. Well, no, that's not Coon Jesus. That's the only only time I'll be Coon Jesus is when you see this right here. Oh, wrong one. Hold on, let me put that back. Put that back. When you see this one right here, E-Dub. That's Coon. Coon, look at the necklace, nigga. Look at the necklace. Coon Jesus on the piece, nigga. Yeah. What do you think about that, John?
What do you think about what?
My Coon Jesus photo right here.
You know, I think it's blasphemy.
How's that blasphemy?
You mocking Jesus, literally.
How am I mocking Jesus?
Okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna have this conversation with you.
I ain't mocking Jesus. I'm giving them.
I'm done. I'm done.
You're all welcome. You're all welcome. Come in. Come in. That's what that means. You're all welcome.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm done. Come to Jesus.
Which one? Coon Jesus or Jesus?
The real Jesus, not this debauchery, this debaucherous, sinful nature, Uncle Tom.
Do you know how long it took me to get that photo? Correct.
About as long as you're gonna spend in a lake of fire.
Oh, they kept changing what I was saying. I was like, that ain't what I told you, chat GB motherfucker or GP, whatever the fuck it is.
That was them warning you, don't do this. Stop. That's what that was. But you wouldn't let it go. You kept fighting
it. Master Coon Tom Jesus. Hey, did you know this fat bitch that we watched the other day, Zoomer, took the trash can? This fat bitch right here. Yeah, this one right here. She was a DEI hire for Chase, JP Morgan and Chase. Yeah. That fat bitch who stole a fucking trash can and dumped it all on the ground. That bitch was a higher up on a DEI shit. Fucking literally, she was literally hired for this position. Crazy work.
That's her carrying the trash can?
Yes.
So, but looking at her face, they know how to work the mangoes, don't they?
Yeah, man, you ain't lying.
She
was literally a DEI exec. I read the whole fucking story. I said, "Oh, this bitch. Oh, this bitch."
Looking at her face, you didn't think she weighed 400 pounds.
Yeah, she got fired though. She got fired for stealing the fucking trash can, old fat bitch. That's crazy work. A trash can that you can do yourself. They sell those same trash cans. And a little paint. Well, fucking, oh my, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. To get fired for stealing a fucking public trash can that you didn't fucking pay for. You are fucking retarded. Well, technically you did pay for it if you pay for taxes, but whatever. I don't know how many cents of it you paid for it, but you did. But we're gonna move on. God dog it. We're gonna move on. So, if I was to tell you that Chinese NASA forgot to put their bubble eye lens on, would you believe me? John the Baptist?
You give me proof that it didn't. I'm gonna take your word.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Here we go. What is different about this picture than we get from NASA here in these streets, my good sir?
Tell me.
The earth is not round.
I can't see that. Hold on. The earth is not round in this picture. That's what you saying?
Oh, yeah, it's not.
That's a bad picture. Let me pull up my tablet.
Well, it's a video, but
I mean, I'm sorry, I can't see what you're showing me though, because my tablet, my phone's too small.
Are you driving right now, good sir?
No, I'm not driving. My phone's too small to make out with that picture.
This nigga is blind as shit, boy. Don, why are you so blind, sir?
The mode.
Nigga said, "Cause I'm old." What up?
Yeah, that is flat.
Yes, sir.
What up, Mayo?
That was one expensive trash can.
Yeah, that's just done.
The director job at JP Morgan in New York City.
Yeah, you was making some good money, and you stole a fucking trash can
and lost your job
that you can actually pay for. Which
did she put in your kitchen or your backyard?
Listen, I don't know where she put the shit, but she sounds stupid for doing it.
No, that was Mayo's question.
No, sir.
Now, it is very obvious, and I'm sure most of you have noticed this already. Notice the earth in the background? They're supposed to be in space, but it's flat. The horizon is flat, not round, but flat.
That shit crazy.
So I'm guessing that China forgot to use the fisheye lens.
Just really quick,
this
we're not
view
gonna
right
stay on
here.
it.
Now let's look at it from another Chinese news network.
Now here we are again with a flat horizon. Actually, it's more concave flat in this video.
Did you know that Chinese had their own little space station up there? I thought they all used the same one at one time until 7 months ago when I found out there.
I think there's crashed to the.
No, it's still up there.
I don't think so. I think it crashed.
Yeah, it's still up there. I asked Gemini 7 months ago. Is the Chinese space station still in lower Earth atmosphere, or did it crash back to Earth?
China's active permanently crewed space station, Tiangong, is currently operational and orbiting in low Earth orbit.
Oh, okay.
Only its older prototype stations, Tiangong-1 and Tiangong-2, have previously deorbited and burned up in the atmosphere.
Okay.
Well. But the problem with it is...
Yeah, this is the new one that came out in 2022. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I want you to pay attention to is watch this strap just come
That
out
shit
of thin
crazy.
air. It even looks like it kind of went in the clouds there a little bit. You see that?
Why are they split screening this shit? That shit crazy to me.
That's what makes it
Okay,
hard for you
looks
to
like
see.
on this one here, they actually added the fisheye lens. But I want you to watch the astronaut's feet. Watch it disappear in the same spot the strap disappeared into. Watch this right here. Look. So that tells me they're using some kind of split screen and putting two images together right here.
It's just green screen.
And you can really see it right here when they show the sun coming over the horizon. Once again, it's a flat horizon. But look right in the center of your screen. The sunlight just stops. It's a split all the way down the center of the screen. You see that right there? And then it's total blackness on the other side. Now, right here, they actually do show a fisheye lens or some kind of split screen, as you can see the sun coming over the supposedly curved earth. Look at that line straight down the middle right there. There's a split in this. They're putting two pieces together. It's trickery, people. Trickery. See that split right in the screen? Now watch it pop in. Look, check that out. Oh, my goodness, China. Y'all weren't trained with the green screens and the CGI very well at all. Okay, now look at this one. This one right here is a really, really good one. Check it out. Look at the earth. Look at the land mass there. Where's the oceans at? The earth's supposed to be 2/3 water. Where's the ocean at right here, people? Nothing but land. CGI bullcrap, people.
Well, that's true. But that was it. That was it on that one.
I don't think there's anything in the Chinese space station.
Yeah, that shit was funny. I said, "Oh, that's terrible." That's
Either that
horrible.
or it's just a bunch of dead Chinese scientists up there who died because something failed.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's see what I have left. What is this? So since today is Conspiracy Wednesday, right? I didn't find it. It for some reason came up in my algorithm on Facebook. Facebook is where I get all my space bullshit from, to be honest with you. It's like 100% space bullshit. But did you remember this shit where the fucking BBC fucking said that the Tower 7 had crashed before, well came down before it actually did?
No.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that either. So I seen it.
There was worldwide live television coverage, and the coverage continued throughout the day. The interesting thing is that at 10 p.m. London time, which is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, they reported that the Solomon Brothers building, Building 7, had collapsed. The only problem is Building 7 didn't collapse until 5:20 p.m. New York time. Now, more on the latest building collapse in New York. You might have heard a few moments ago, I was talking about the Salomon Brothers building collapsing. And indeed it has. Apparently that's only a few hundred yards away from where the World Trade Center towers were. And it seems that this was not a result of a new attack. It was because the building had been weakened during this morning's attack. We'll probably find out more now about that from our correspondent, Jane Stanley. Jane, what more can you tell us about the Salomon Brothers building and its collapse?
Well, only really what you already know. Details are very, very sketchy. There's almost a sense downtown in New York behind me, down by the World Trade Centers, of just an area completely closed off as the rescue workers try.
What was the time difference he said?
I can't remember. Let me go back.
10 p.m. London time, which is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, they reported that the Solomon Brothers building, Building 7, had collapsed.
All right, 10 p.m. London was 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. So,
The only
that's kind of weird. I want to say that was weird. And every time I go deeper into that shit on YouTube, they usually kick me the fuck off. So we're gonna stop right there. We're gonna stop right there on that one. We ain't gonna go no further. For some reason, that is a hotbed item here on YouTube.
Yeah, but that one's kind of hard to prove. Because show me the news back then that had the timestamp on it.
I can't tell you that.
You know what I mean?
I ain't got no Wayback Machine besides fucking videos coming up with it. My favorite topic that no one over here wants to come over and debate, which is climate change. And I have like videos for days on this shit.
There's no debate, sir.
Well, I know there's no debate, but
Weather
there are
changes. Climate don't.
There a lot of people on YouTube who's supposed to be permanent in this fucking space keep speaking on it like there is such thing. And now they changed it again. Did you hear that? They changed it again?
Oh, Tom, you have to realize, right? This isn't a belief, it's a religion at this point.
Absolutely.
And that's why they're so hard on it.
Mm-hmm.
These kids been taught this religion since kindergarten in schools for the last 30 years.
Yeah. It's funny how they changed it to what was it, last month? I think it was last month or the month before they came out with new advisory things that said climate change is not a real thing, but it's not on the scale that they keep saying it was at. We're not in total collapse.
Well, yeah, because I mean
they can't prove it.
Think about what Al Gore said, right? New York, Miami, all underwater by now.
That's a fact, keep in mind.
There would be no ice in the polar ice caps. There would be no most of the glaciers would be gone. And they still there.
Mm-hmm.
Miami still ain't flooded. New York's still a dirty shithole.
That's a whole fact.
Above water, you know.
That's a whole fact. Yeah. That shit is crazy.
It ain't turned into Venice.
Mm-hmm.
Same reason we've got ourselves into the mess with climate change that we did with COVID, because people don't understand mathematics.
Please explain.
So when people talk about science, what's science? I'll tell you what true science is. It's algorithms that demonstrate cause and effect, right? So the study of epistemology, which is the study of knowledge, is basically there's three types of it. There's empirical data, there's rationalism, and there's skepticism, right? Empirical data is where you demonstrate cause and effect. Rationalism is where you quantify it. And skepticism is where you come in and order it and say, does this make sense? So let's break down the whole climate change narrative right now. First of all, climate change in itself is yet again another oxymoronic statement. It's a disingenuous tautology. It's like saying, do you believe water's wet?
I know.
Yeah, do you believe the climate changes? Well, of course the climate changes, right? So first of all, they throw that question at you and it's, do you believe? Right? Well, hang on. Science isn't a religion. It's not something that, you believe in. It's something you understand, right? And we do understand it, and it was understood hundreds of years ago. And we'll start off in 1687 with a bloke by the name of Isaac Newton. You might have heard of him, right? He wrote this book called The Mathematical Principles of Natural Philosophy. So physics used to be called natural philosophy before the 19th century, right? He came.
That was the first time I heard that. Mayo.
Makes sense.
Physics used to be the natural. That's new to me.
Well, it makes sense because they didn't have ways to prove a lot of things back then.
I guess, yeah.
So it would be philosophy at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, I like learning shit that's new to me. I mean, that means I'm not dead yet. I mean, I'm still learning. That's good.
Three laws of motion. I'll just focus on the third one, which is for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Right now, that largely equates to the first rule of thermodynamics. For every heat's neither created or destroyed, it's just transferred or transformed. They're arguing in climate change that an extra 100 parts per million of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere of molecules is going to heat the entire atmosphere by 1 degree. That's basically what the argument is. So let's break it down. 100 parts per million is 1 part per 10,000, right? So they're saying one extra molecule of gas, CO2, is going to heat up 10,000 surrounding molecules of N2O2. So the atmosphere is made up of 80% nitrogen, more or less, and 20% oxygen. Well, actually a little bit less than that, and there's 1% of a few other things, right? Here's the thing, though. Let's go back to basic physics. For every action, there's an equal opposite reaction. In order for one gas molecule to heat up 10,000 other gas molecules, assuming the same weight, that molecule, by 1 degree, that molecule has to be 10,000 degrees, right? Because if you want to transfer energy to these other 10,000 molecules, this thing's got to be 10,000 degrees, right, to make the equal and opposite reaction work, right? Well, guess what? You know what the temperature of the sun is? It's 5,700 degrees. So how can a molecule be 10,000 degrees if to heat 10,000 other molecules by 1.5 degrees? Now, CO2 is actually 1.5 times heavier than the average weight of N2O2. So in other words, it's only got to be 6,666 degrees.
So why is the Earth heating up then?
It's not heating up. Same reason we've got ourselves into the mess.
It's not heating up, motherfucker. Oh God, I don't understand this shit. And B-Baller, it is a dirty shithole with a NBA championship. When's the last time that the New York Knicks won an NBA championship besides this one?
1971.
Oh, okay. 1971. At least you know that shit. All above 5 on the Richter. Yeah. Lots of earthquakes today. 2 in Venezuela, 1 in Japan, and 1 in California. There was a earthquake in California today.
Damn. Wasn't big enough, obviously.
And they're supposed to be taking the shit off the. Didn't they say that the California was going to wash into the ocean, to the Pacific?
Yeah, they said that. I wish they was right.
When is California expected to wash off into the Pacific Ocean, as some geologists speculated back in the 70s?
Never. The idea that California will wash off or sink into the ocean is a myth. California is split by the San Andreas Fault. The 2 tectonic plates are sliding horizontally past each other, not pulling apart. Millions of years from now, Los Angeles and San Francisco will become neighbors, but the state isn't going underwater.
Listen, I don't even believe that either. What'd you say? Kai said, now she's sad. All right, well, there's that. What was I supposed to about? That shit, Florida's supposed to be underneath water, which is, I don't know when the fuck that's gonna happen, but let me get to this one video. We're gonna watch someone else's video. Hope I don't get dinged for it, so I'm gonna stop and talk about certain things. But like I said, the big thing for me was the big forehead motherfuckers who clearly stole, like, what did they say, $6.5 billion, $6.5 billion, which is crazy. Oh, that's right. Kingdom Minor sent me one. Let me watch that. She said we're explaining the 3/5 of a person. Okay. All right, let's what's that? What's her name? Carol Swain, I think it is. Carol Swain. Swing. One of those damn things. Oh, there we go. There we go.
April is calling in from Santa Monica, California. Good afternoon, April.
Hi. First, I'd like to say that I agree with the professor that we are all one human race. That is why I actually would like us to stop even using the term racism and referring to things as racially different and racially constructed, because we are all one race, and that's human. That said, this country that we live in, that is going through what it's going through, was indeed founded on the myth of white supremacy, and I don't understand how teaching that is teaching hate. It's just teaching the truth. I'm married to a white man. I love my white brothers and sisters, and I want us all to do better. And that is why I think it's important that the myth of white supremacy be looked at in full sunlight, and that we acknowledge the fact that within those documents, these founding documents, the Constitution, Black people were told, said to be 3/5 of human. All of the wonderful things that came out of the Constitution, the amendments to the Constitution, not the original Constitution, the amendments, these are all things that had to be fought for. And I dare say that no one thinks that women who fought for years for the right to vote hated men. They just also wanted to be at the table with the men. They
Right.
did not
Right.
men.
Let me tell you something. First, I appreciate your
Oh,
call.
that's a lot.
But that
Yeah, that's a lot.
clause of the Constitution, you really need to look that up because that is a false narrative. When the Constitution was ratified, it had nothing to do with Black people being considered 3/5 of a human being. It had to do with representation in Congress, and it was the non-slaveholding northern states that fought for the compromise because during that time, each each state was awarded a representative per 30,000 persons. And in the South, they had 600,000 slaves. They were pushing to count their slaves as population. The North would not allow them to do that, to count them as whole people, because it would have given them more representatives in Congress. And so it was a battle over how many representatives they were going to get in Congress. So the people that actually pushed for the 3/5 clause, they were the abolitionists. And so that's something that you can look up. Even Wikipedia gets that one right. And so that bothers me. Like I was taught, just like you heard it, and I heard educated people, some of them with law degrees, repeating repeating what is a false narrative and a lie that is easily refuted by just going to the research. And so, as far as America being a white supremacist,
Oh, okay. And that was right. Because we just heard it from that old black bitch with the blonde hair. Pretty much they said the same thing. It was for representation of Congress, and the only thing that wasn't said too is that the racist motherfuckers in the North is the one who fought for that clause. So because they didn't want to give the South so much power, and it is what it is. But to say what she said is that the Constitution was only written 3 years and 3 months after. The amendments were written 3 years and 3 months after the fucking Constitution was written. So it's not like it was a 20-year gap or a 40-year gap. It was 3 years and actually 3 months. Almost 3 years, 3 months, and 3 days. Damn near But that's neither here nor there. That's when you got the Bill of Rights and shit. So it is what it is. Well, not the Bill of Rights.
Everybody knew that story.
What'd you say?
I thought everybody knew that story already. But
No, everyone didn't know that shit. I didn't know that shit, to be honest with you. Because I really didn't think about it like that. I always kind of overlook the 3/5 of a person thing because it just doesn't sit right with me.
Well, because slavery would have never been abolished.
Yeah.
If the South would have had control of Congress.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
They would have never been able to go to war against the South if the South controlled the Congress.
So, that's true. That is absolutely true. But it's good to know. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of that whole 3/5 shit never sat well with me because I think it's stupid. But I understand the reasoning behind it. I really do. So,
and they only did the 3/5 because
if they gave them a whole person, they would have more representation since they're doing every 30,000. So if they had 600,000 people that wasn't counted because they're a property, giving them extra goddamn 300,000, giving them whole person, that's 600,000 slaves plus the Southerners that were there. That would give them total control, damn near, of Congress. Absolutely total control of Congress. So I understand the strategic political environment. I get it. That's why I said the same thing about Donald Trump. I believe due to his political death wish, he agrees to certain shit and leaves certain shit alone. That's just any politician would do that.
Well, right. Zealots don't get elected on the right.
They don't. No,
You
they
know-
don't get. Well, I can't say that now for the left because a lot of zealots on the left have been getting put in Congress.
Oh
So-
yeah, but that's on the left and that's small
Yeah.
scale. But zealots in general, because even Obama, right?
Mhm.
He was against gay marriage
At first, absolutely.
at
Yeah.
first.
Because
Until
the
he
political
didn't come out in support of the gays until after his second election.
Yeah, and that's because the political atmosphere had changed so fucking much
no.
between that.
No, sir. The
Yeah, it
political
did.
atmosphere didn't change, sir.
I'm talking
He
about
believed-
as far as the gays, it did.
No, sir. He believed in that shit beforehand.
Oh, I'm not saying he didn't, but I'm
He just
saying
didn't tell the truth.
yeah, but the normalization of the gays did when he came out on the second term.
That didn't change in 4 years.
I didn't say he didn't change it for years, but
No.
the atmosphere did.
No, not in 4 years.
Yeah, it did. It did. Because there's a lot of people that was outspoken for the gays. A lot of outspoken. And the people who didn't really give a shit about it were the blacks. I remember standing in the DMV where they kept where the one, I think it was, what was it? Arkansas. The bitch wasn't allowed the motherfuckers to be married. Get married in Arkansas.
Oh,
I remember that shit.
That's
I think it was-
Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I knew it was one of the. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And they fought that for fucking months. I'm not gonna say everywhere had changed for that, but a lot of places did. And I mean by a lot of people in a lot of places is definitely the major cities went all full gay on it. And
But
listen,
even then, right? Even liberal ass California turned down gay marriage by state election twice. They had to take it to the Supreme Court to get it approved. No state has ever approved gay marriage before the Supreme Court. No state.
yeah, that's crazy. But you know, shit. Like I said, we can't call ourselves a progressive fucking country or progressing country when we don't progress. So I get over the years shit's gonna change, but I also think it might change back too. There's a possibility of changing back to what it originally was, or and you never know. You just never fucking know
Well,
with these people.
like John was talking about making it illegal again, right? With the sodomy laws.
Yeah.
The best time they could have done with that was during the early AIDS epidemic back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because homosexuality was literally considered a serious health issue in the country. So
I cannot find this fucking video. What the fuck is going on? Oh, it had to be before that. No, that was yesterday.
I want to see that kingdom-minded video she sent in on the Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah, she didn't send me that. She didn't send me that link. Yeah, Kingdom Minded. If you're in the chat, send that link in the chat. That way I can bring it up. I'm interested too, because you know I got a video that says that the Hebrew Israelites were white people, so we're Europeans.
Well, see, there's a lot of I know the big Hebrew Israelite chapter out of Dallas was set up outside that Carmelo Anthony trial.
Of course,
right?
They're fucking brainwashed just as much as the rest of them.
But what I'm wondering is if his family is affiliated or not. Because if they are, that was the reason their son took a knife to him. Is because what that church teaches. That the white man is less than you. How dare he touch him? Think about their beliefs, Tom.
I'm listening.
You gonna let an Edomite touch you?
Well, the Edomites, if you look at the map, would not be technically white folks. The Edomites are mostly Middle Easterners.
Yeah, but this is what
Arabs.
And guess what, dude? They ain't real Israelites either, but they call themselves that. So I'm just talking about their beliefs. I'm talking about their beliefs and their teachings.
Yeah, I got you.
How their religious teachings could lead to incidents just like that.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. All right, I found it. All right, we got 9 minutes of this Paralegal Institute of Washington, D.C. This is my guy. I've been watching him for about a couple years now. The man gives a legal spin or tries to give a legal spin on what's going on in today's atmosphere. And I kind of enjoy listening to him. My wife hates that I listen to him because all he does is talk. He doesn't really show a lot of videos, but well, yeah, he does. He shows a lot of videos, but he also gives a legal perspective to everything. And I think it's interesting personally. So, but he asks questions and yeah, listen to it. All right, here we go. Oh.
But my people, you know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you these stories every day.
Oh,
now, y'all, today we have yet
these motherfucking 455 people charged in the massive scheme out in Minnesota. What do you think is going to happen to them? I want to see goddamn jail, Mayo. I want these niggas locked up because I ain't no piece of money.
The problem is it's going to be Minneapolis juries. That's a problem.
Yeah, and we already had a judge push back and said a lot of stuff that was again. It's all these activists judging it, and they say just because they were appointed by Bush that something is different. Just because you were appointed by Bush don't mean any goddamn thing to me. All right, thank you, Keenan Minded. It's just. I don't trust none of these fucking judges. None of them.
No, and it wouldn't be the first time somebody faked the funk just to get in the office.
That's what I was telling John the Baptist. Is a lot. I'll be more effective on things being on the inside, even though majority of my stances go against what I speak on. I'm not gonna fucking sit there and come out against it. Like I said, I'll just pivot like Democrats do. I ain't gonna never answer the fucking question. I'm just gonna keep pivoting to something that has nothing to do with anything. But the Democrats are grade A at that shit. They pivot all the time. Even though it makes themselves look stupid and all they would do would just have to answer the question, they will never answer that motherfucker, go around in 20 motherfucking goddamn circles before they even come around and still don't come around and answer the motherfucker at the end of the day. And just move on.
They are the masters of ambiguous words.
That's a fact. All right, so let's look at these motherfuckers. Then that's a lineup right there. That is Jesus Christ.
Another story of fraud, y'all, but this time, so many different times in the past, they have said the fraud mother lode on X and on the news. This time is the mother lode, and it is no surprise that some of this fraud happened in the great state of Minnesota, y'all. We're talking about billions of dollars of fraud, according to the federal government. So we're going to be taking a look at that today, y'all. And also, remember, there are criminal referrals out against Minnesota officials.
Hey, she the best gang signer up there, OG Mayo. She. Is that a he or she? I don't know what the fuck that is. Whatever that is, they're fucking gang signing that shit up. She said bird
that's
call.
A her, him.
That's a her, him? Okay. All right.
Including your boy, Tim Walz. And
Crip.
Including the
blowing
mayor
shit
of
up,
Minneapolis,
ass nigga.
Jacob Fry. But now a federal judge has pushed back against those criminal investigations. We're going to take a look at that here today as well, y'all. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Now, to a massive number of fraud charges filed across the country today. Hundreds of people suspected of stealing more than $6.5 billion. Our Kevin Doran is here. Kevin, you're tracking
$6.5 billion, Mayo.
Yes, sir. And this just a drop in the bucket.
I know, but I can't even get 100,000. Listen. I need. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna shut up because I ain't did the work.
Well, you know what, Tom? Though.
Yes, sir.
Right. Ever since Trump folded up USAID, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's been coming down on these fraudsters. Notice the DNC's out of money now.
Well, yeah.
In election year.
Yeah, and also, you see how hard they're pushing back on it, even though they know it's fraud. I think there's been 6 votes on getting getting rid of fraud in certain places, and the Democrats keep going against it, which is wild to me. You would think you want to end fraud in all these things.
What, not when it's funding your campaigns?
Ooh, wait, if that doesn't tell these motherfuckers there's something wrong with this system, man, I don't know what is. There's people just overlook this shit. I don't give a fuck if a Republican or a Democrat is putting this forward in fraud shit. Something is wrong with you if you do. You can't tell me y'all not fraudulent in this motherfucker when majority of y'all are voting against shit. This shit is crazy to me. But that's if you believe in the system. So it is what it is.
The Department of Justice is calling National Healthcare Fraud Takedown Day.
Yeah, Leah, in announcing charges today against 455 defendants in 45 states, the DOJ said it built upon the success of healthcare fraud investigations in Minnesota, where different federal agencies work together to identify fraudsters. As part of this, 7 more providers are now charged by Minnesota's Medicaid Fraud Control Unit. Attorney General Keith Ellison's office tells us 5 operated out of the Metro. The other 2 are in East Grand Forks and Fargo, North Dakota. In all, the 7 are accused of billing more than $700,000 for personal care, counseling, mental health services they either did not provide or did not have a license to provide.
Today's actions send a powerful message. If you target our healthcare programs, you will be found. You will be prosecuted, and you will be brought to justice.
And we've been saying that we're doing this to save these programs from the fraud that is bleeding them dry, that will make them unavailable in the future for future generations, to protect the investment, the trillions of dollars of investment that every American taxpayer makes every single year to help their friends, their neighbors, and strangers in times of need.
Now, with what you just saw, y'all, billions and billions of dollars of fraud, you are going to be absolutely shocked, I would say, as to the biggest bucket of fraud, as to what it was for. This is something I bet in a million years you guys would not have guessed. $2 billion of the fraud was supposed to go to this, what you're about to see here shortly. And instead, it went to basically funding lavish lifestyles, which is absolutely no surprise.
And this is interesting. The DOJ says the largest suspected scheme discovered nationally involves unnecessary wound care and skin grafts. 11 defendants submitted more than $2 billion in fraudulent claims, with the
Get the absolute fuck out of here. I need some of that money, dog. Listen, I don't even need a whole lot. I just need a little bit. Hey, what's up going on, Fortune Thought? That is crazy. 2.5 billion on wound grafts or skin grafts. Man, that they never performed. This
because that goes into so many different categories, right? That's diabetics, that's old people, and that's drug addicts.
Don't forget the little trans kids, because you know they push back against. They want to get them trans kids operations. Don't forget that. And then they wanted to give operations to the trainees in jail. Don't forget that.
Oh yeah.
Damn, they put the playbook out here for people, Americans. Stop being Americans and be American. We all need to get this money. Started the 1549 mark. The earlier part of the pastor explaining who is okay, for sure.
money going to multi-million-dollar homes, jewelry, and even a resort in the Philippines. Paul?
Okay. Now, the backdrop of all of this fraud, let's say the context, are pending criminal investigations against your boy, Tim Walz, against the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Fry, as I said in the introduction. But a federal judge, y'all, these judges, they are frequently contravening the Trump administration, and this is no exception. A federal judge has hit back against the Trump administration,
like they always do,
essentially putting all of these criminal investigations into doubt and saying that they are improper and inappropriate, y'all. At least the way
So that's what I don't understand. How can one? I thought they did away with these fucking judges putting all these stupid ass injunctions on the federal government. I thought they did that. One judge couldn't stop all these fucking cases.
Yeah, but Tom, the Supreme Court has no enforcement arm.
Well, that's true.
That's the problem.
That's true.
The Supreme Court needs to have the authority and the power to remove judges.
I thought they did, though.
They don't. But they need to be given that authority.
Oh, they'll never get that to the Supreme Court, nigga. Oh man, this shit is crazy. This shit is baffling. These motherfuckers do just try to end these cases. This is what I'm talking about. If they say they found fraud and they charge motherfuckers, as a judge, you're supposed to hear the case. This is the same thing that happened with the fucking voting shit. They wouldn't hear the shit because they didn't submit a motherfucking thing before the election. That shit made no sense. How you gonna say there's a lot of fraud before the fucking election happens? That's the dumbest thing ever. But they're taking that same dumbass stance every time they come up with some motherfucking fraud case against these big forehead motherfuckers. Shit is crazy. How do they get so much supreme fucking what is the word?
Just power, dude.
Not even power. These big forehead motherfuckers get supreme goddamn privileges that other real Americans don't. This shit's insane. They let 3 of these motherfuckers go back to Africa.
And that's what this is designed to do, Tom, right?
That shit's crazy.
Is you'll never get a conviction to put in the news when the person absconds to another country with no extradition treaty.
All that money that he was supposed to gave that nigga bond. The latest one that gave him bond, that nigga was on the next flight smoking back to fucking Africa after they gave him his passport back. Shit is like, you didn't see that coming. He paid, what was it, $50,000? $50,000, I think it was, of taxpayer-funded money. He gave back $50,000 that he stole, got his passport, and left. These judges that allow shit like this to happen need to be kicked out of office. That's the biggest conspiracy. How the fuck do you hold these judges accountable and get them out of office quickly? Not none of this stupid ass gotta go through hoops and bounds and leaps to fucking get these motherfuckers out of office. This shit is dumb.
I cannot tell you my solution, Tom, because it would be against the law.
Well, everything's against the law that has anything to getting these sorry sons of bitches out of office that have a fucking
mine. Yeah, mine is extrajudicial, sir.
But this shit is crazy. That's a real conspiracy right there. We need to fucking figure out that shit.
Being conducted now. Is that any surprise, y'all? It seems like every other day a federal judge is stopping the Trump administration.
I have a message for ICE. To ICE, get the out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here.
Just days after the mayor of Minneapolis said that, the federal government served him with a subpoena.
They accused him and several other Minnesota leaders of impeding ICE agents during the surge. Today, a judge stopped those subpoenas, calling them unlawful and unethical, and he called the criminal investigation coercion. As Esme Murphy reports, there was one specific social media post from the president that was behind the judge's decision.
The ruling cancels subpoenas that were seeking information about Minnesota's response to Operation Metro Surge and local immigration policies going back 1 year. The judge specifically referred to President Trump's now infamous social media message on January 12th that said, "For the great people of Minnesota, the day of reckoning and retribution is coming."
The judge uses the statements by Trump against him and basically says that those statements lead to what he considers to be an illicit or impermissible motive for issuing the subpoenas.
So the judge says not only...
And that's dumb because Trump is not the one issuing the goddamn subpoenas, you dumb motherfuckers.
Yeah, once again, Tom, this ain't gonna hold. It's just a delay tactic. Once again.
Yeah, the thing is, if they delay long enough, he'll be out of office, and then we know this shit is not gonna fucking actually be. None of this shit's gonna be taken up and be done with. This is how you just kick the can down the motherfucking road long enough to get who you hate, who you dislike out of office, because we know Americans are dumb. They don't really want to get rid of fraud. They just want to be a part of it, and hopefully they can they'll turn the blind eye when we commit fraud, but they never do. The mayor is saying it at the podium like he doesn't have ICE phone number. Grandstanding piece of shit just wanted to social media headline. That's a fact. Look at me. That's a fact, Fortune Thought. That is a whole fucking fact. God damn. This shit is stupid.
That is these criminal investigations, not only do they constitute retaliation, but that the Trump administration in general has a history of retaliating against political rivals, y'all. So that would be part of the reasoning for which the judge took this action.
Judge Patrick Schills writes the criminal investigation into Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey was part of, quote, the Trump administration's well-established history of using criminal investigations to retaliate against and pressure the president's political and personal adversaries. The investigation was a criminal one, a conviction.
And this is my problem. That's another problem. How could they say they're political adversaries when one's a fucking president? These sorry sack shit's a governor and a piece of shit ass mayor. What the fuck kind of adversary are they? They're in office. That's the dumbest shit ever. Because if anything, if the federal government wanted to come in there and do what they rightfully they can do, them motherfuckers ain't got nothing to say. They can't stop it from happening. They can petition the Supreme Court.
That's why they need these judges.
This is crazy. If you can't tell that that is an activist judge, and how do we get these motherfucking pieces of shit out of here? It's just like the one bitch in Florida, motherfucker had another motherfucker gutted. Guess what, Mayo? There was no motherfucking media coverage on this beautiful cracker who got gutted by a nigga who had 40 convictions of motherfucking domestic violence and everything. They wasn't together. He just decided to pick a random white chick, grape her, and motherfucking slit her throat from ear to ear, and then they caught up with him. And guess what? He went to jail again for the 41st. Mm-hmm. After he gutted someone. Now he already committed motherfucking aggravated assault, a whole bunch of motherfucking shit. But according to Beans, if it was a black person, they would have never did it. I can show you. This nigga got 40 convictions. 41 and now.
We see this often, Tom.
All the time. That's why I don't understand this argument that if it was a black man. No. All these Americans get away with shit. Mm-hmm. It just depends on what liberal city you live in.
Yep. Charlotte, one of them.
Tampa, Jacksonville, Orlando, Miami.
All the big cities are liberal.
Yeah. I mean, he gutted this white bitch, but he has 40 different convictions of aggravated assault with deadly weapons multiple times. And they kept giving him he got probation 3 times. Probation 3 times. How do you get probation 3 times, Mayo?
What did they give that kid? Remember that kid that beat that teacher half to death in school? He was special.
They didn't give him life. I think they gave him like 7-8 years, something like that.
But still, he's probably going to turn out the same way.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. I just think that yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem with America right now is these goddamn judges. That's the fucking major problem.
Judges and now the DAs too.
Yeah, well, those two. Because I don't leave them out because all judges are fucking ex-lawyers. Well, they're still active lawyers, actually. They're still part of the bar. Yeah. So just motherfucking lawyers and goddamn judges are the fucking problem with America, the biggest problem with America right now. And then the second biggest to me, if you ask me, but no one asked me, is the popos. The popos. With the fucking egotistical popos. And the people that excuse they bad be fucking behavior because. And then you got the dumbass citizen. Is the next one up?
I'd have to say the teachers, sir.
Well, teachers.
I would have to say the teachers would be number 2.
But most teachers are fucking females anyway, so I don't expect anything past them. That's why I say you're supposed to be involved in your child's life. If you leave with the teachers, you're a fucking moron. If your teacher has more influence on you than your parents do, then there's a problem there. What is that saying about you as a parent? It says a lot. To me.
I agree.
That's my personal opinion.
Could lead to a prison term.
Neither the facts nor the law were on the side of the Department of Justice here. But yeah, of course, it was disconcerting to have what is arguably the largest law firm in the entire country coming after you criminally.
The ruling does not mean the investigation is finished, but it has a major hole in it now that all subpoenas seeking evidence have been canceled. The DOJ said in response that Minnesota lawmakers did act illegally and that they will continue to act in full compliance with the law to investigate these matters. The judge who made this ruling against the Trump administration is actually a Republican appointee appointed to the bench by President George W. Bush. In Minneapolis, Esme Murphy.
But wait, he was a progressive too.
Governor Tim Walz.
That's a fucking fact. And that's my problem. Oh, he was a Republican appointee. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? The judge is an activist piece of shit.
Walz issued a statement saying that today's ruling is a victory for the rule of law and our democracy.
So yeah, y'all, just as we see billions.
But the subpoena was into the mayor and the fucking governor. They're not talking about the 455 people that were charged in this whole massive scheme. So them the other motherfuckers is goddamn still on the hook.
Well, because you know, Tom, right? All that NAI shit was coordinated through the governor and the mayor.
Absolutely.
You know that shit.
That's just like the Wuhan, the research for the USAID, who funded the research in Wuhan. That was USAID, funded by federal government. But then, well, we don't know anything about it. We gain a functioning. Who cares? You sent these motherfuckers billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm. The Chinese to engineer viruses to make them worse.
Oh, come on, man. This shit is weird, bro. How we just allow this shit. And these pieces of shit, call them what you want. These pieces of shit Congress people are just as bad. Because they have the full letter of law behind them. They don't use that shit like they need to.
Oh, they sell votes for carve-outs for their districts. That's all.
Yeah, that's a fact. What do you say? The entire legal system hierarchy has been poisoned even worse than they used to be because of social media and news media. They think about image and public opinion before the ethics of law. That's a fact. Judges will sell their soul to avoid breaking rakes across the ground. Oh, man. What did Keenan Minor say? There was a storm warning today. Carmelo stabbed Austin. His mother stayed home, left her son in a storm. It's possible she didn't attend regularly. That's, of course. Come on, man. Yeah. Listen, I don't even understand how they still allowed that whole track meet shit to happen, considering they were in a thunderstorm warning. That's just doesn't make any fucking sense. No.
Waiting to see if the storm pass.
Well, yeah. It usually doesn't. It usually doesn't. Waiting for the storm. It's like every lightning. Well, I know here in Florida, every lightning strike extends it by 30 minutes. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Every single lightning strike. You can have fucking every second a lightning strike happens. It's just gonna add another 30 minutes to it. So they don't wait for it to pass. That's why you just end the fucking thing altogether. because no one wants to sit in their car. And they were sitting underneath a fucking tent on an aluminum fucking stands. That's the dumbest shit ever. Thank you, Stephen Hall, for the $2, my good sir. Thank you for being here. So all that shit to me is bullshit, John the Baptist. So I blame the school for allowing that shit to still continue, personally.
Punch. We appreciate you. Turn that up. Hey. Thank you for the money. Thank you for the moolah. Every shot, every look. Turn me to a shooter. Hey, thank you for the love. Push it, push it, push it, push it, push it, push it. Go get the money, go get the money. Go get the money, go get the money. Go get the money, go get the money. Go get the money. I got it. Push it, 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 push it.
All right. It's Fortune Thought says, why care about morality when it can hurt your Patreon account? Judges are as crooked as the lords because they are lords. That's a fact. That's what I said. The system needs an enema. Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, John Baptist, I blame the school. There's no reason why to have that track meet when they're underneath thunderstorm and it was raining, especially if you're going to have them sit underneath an aluminum stands, especially with lightning and shit. That doesn't make fucking sense. Why don't we believe possibility and pre-plan? This may be not to Austin, but to someone. I don't know. Well, everything was preordained by God, so God absolutely allowed that shit to happen. So it is what it is. What up, LA? How you doing, my good sir? Let's finish this up.
And billions
I'm
and
not sure what you mean
billions
when you
of
say
dollars
preordained.
of fraud.
What you say?
Nothing. I ain't said nothing.
You said something.
I said I'm not sure what you mean when you say preordained, but we'll keep on going though. We ain't gotta get into that right now.
I can tell you why I can say it. It's real simple. Who's the person that allows everything to happen? Well, I won't say person, entity that allows everything to happen. Everything got to go through him, right? So there you go. Even if you say we have free will, it still has to go through God. I'm sorry. God approves everything.
Yeah, it's the way you work. It's the way you wording that. But go ahead.
It's the way I'm wording it.
Yeah, but I figured it out. Keep on going on. You good? Keep on going.
Oh, she said Satan runs this world. Well, again, it still has to go through the approval of God. It still has to go through the approval of God. So everything has to go through him. So it still goes back to number one. Not number two or number three.
And God knew it before you were born. So if you was a murderer, God knew it.
There you go.
It's not that he wanted you. Are you saying he wanted you to do it, or he knew you was gonna do it?
Hey, what? He created you. He created you to do it. Think about that shit. Yeah.
No, see, not every single person. Not create every. What you're saying is not. But keep on going though. Something you're saying is off. But I figured out. Now go ahead.
That shit crazy. I know
it's the way you wording it that what makes it false, makes it factually false. It makes it false.
Okay. Well, yeah, you can tell me why I'm wrong. I'm not mad. I'm not gonna be upset with you. I might even agree with you. Might. I'm a contrarian, so you got that possibility.
But let the video play. Though. I'm really interested what the video is talking about.
Okay. You just know you can't argue, but it's okay.
Uncovered in the United States with a fair chunk of that happening in Minnesota. At the same time, we have a federal judge say that the Trump administration is improperly retaliating against its political rivals and that these criminal investigations are suspect. So here we have two different things that you can comment on. What do you think about all this fraud, y'all? Do you have any idea how many people are complaining that rich people need to be taxed more so that working class people can have it easier in the United States. All the while, there are billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. Who knows how many untold tens of billions of dollars in fraud going out the door on a yearly basis. And at the same time, the Trump administration is being limited as it relates to criminal investigations of political rivals. Let me know what y'all think about this. Drop a comment down below. But before you do, please stop, hit the share button. Share this video out over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook.
All right, so yeah, if y'all want to subscribe to this guy, he's pretty cool guy. I listen to him all the time. Paralegal Institute of Washington, D.C. Yeah, pretty good channel if you ask me. But no one asked me shit, so there's that. Let's see what's going on. Kingdom Mindset, Satan runs this world. Isaiah 45:7 states is a verse in the Bible where God declares his absolute sovereignty over all creation, stating, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace. I create calamity. I, the Lord, do all these things. That is what you call taking accountability. Unless you don't know what calamity means. Fortune thought, I agree. He says he wills the good and the evil according to the book. That's a fact. Kingdom Mind said, no, sir. That was John the Baptist. Kingdom Mind, what you laughing at, Kingdom Mind? I might need your homeboy over here, your brother over here, John the Baptist, to argue that out, because I don't think he can. But in the meantime, in between time, we're gonna go to what I wanted to see, which is the Hebrew Israelite debunks the Hebrew Israelite, which is, something I'm very interested in. So let's get it.
On this podcast, we've never had anybody talk about this. And so I want to do this first. You studied and took deep dives into studying the Hebrew Israelites, their religion, what's real, what's right, what's wrong, why does it exist? I want to kind of deal with even the psychology of why they feel like they need to hold on to it, where did it come from and all that, and how to just kind of dismantle that for people that are watching. I've had friends that was just like, man, I read that Deuteronomy 28 and bruh, what are we gonna do? Like, we have to go this route. Like, we were lied to. We were sold a lie. So for those people that might be on the fence or may think of being on the fence, I want to tackle this before we get into that other stuff. One, why do we need to be able to stand strong and know what we know to defend against Hebrew Israelite theology? Is it something that it seems like it's a very small niche, but in our community, I believe it's still prevalent in existence. So do you think it's important to deal with these topics?
Absolutely. And I believe the platforms of social media have magnified their voices.
There it is.
I remember as a kid, I used to see them in Lamert Park. That's on Crenshaw Boulevard. If you're familiar with Crenshaw Boulevard, you're familiar with Lamert Park. And I would also see them when I would go to New York, they would be in Times Square.
Yeah.
So I'd hear them preaching, yelling.
Let me answer that question. No. Absolutely not. No, they found it. They know where it's at. They ain't gonna tell us where it's at,
I didn't pay too much attention to what they were saying when I was younger. But probably around 2016, we got into a relationship with a ministry that really had a focus on Israel. And this holiday was birthed, or like this Sunday Memorial Day was birthed, called the prayer for the peace of Jerusalem. Right. So it's every first Sunday of October.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to prepare messages tailor-made for that particular Sunday.
Okay.
Is it me, or is there something wrong with this nigga's face? John the Baptist, you a good Christian, man. Do you see this man as a little fruit booty? Come on, I think he the way his mannerisms are, the shirt itself. Ooh, wow.
Tom is gay.
You don't think he could be a little fruit boo boo?
I don't care.
You
Tom,
take him. Yes, sir.
You look like he's straight off a road gang, chain gang, don't he?
Listen, I'm telling you, something off about him. That's all I'm just saying.
Some do look different, but what is that? I can't figure it out though.
I know it's his beard is sharp as fuck. I give it the fucking haircut. Well, his facial cut is, just remind me of a gay man. But I could be wrong. He does make faces like Sharon. Can't nobody you wrong for that shit. He do. His eyeballs be bulging and shit. Shit is crazy. But yeah, let's continue.
So I started digging into, what the Bible says about Israel. And then I guess I made this observation because I got obsessed with studying the Table of Nations in Genesis chapter 10. Where do the people groups of today come from?
There it is.
Where can we all of us on this planet, where can we trace our roots back to? Well, Genesis 10, right? Shem, Ham, and Japheth, right? Every single person on this planet is a child of either Shem, Ham, or Japheth. We come from one of the three. Well, when my dad did Race, Religion, and Racism in 1997 and 1998, he did a really good treatise on the Table of Nations, and he broke down where different people groups come from. Okay. I wanted to expound on that, take it a few steps further. Mm-hmm. And so I was preparing this message in 2016 for the day of the prayer for the peace of Jerusalem. And I realized that what I'm looking at in Genesis chapter 10, as it relates to Israelites, the folk today that are known as Israelites aren't quite looking like the Israelites in Scripture.
Oh my gosh.
This is where I'm starting now. Now, let me throw this out there.
Okay.
I'm not saying that the Jews we know today as Ashkenazi Jews are not Israelites. I know that Hebrew Israelite theology says they're not, that they are imposters, and they go so far as to say they are the synagogue of Satan mentioned in Revelation 2. I disagree with that. However, there is a theory.
I don't disagree with it. I do believe the Ashkenazi and Ashkenazi Jews are literally a synagogue of Satan, but that's just my personal opinion. You can fight me in the comments. I don't care. Yeah. And I believe the same thing about the Hebrew Israelites as well. They're a synagogue of Satan because they preach hate. That's just me. As a religion, as a faith base, I don't think you should be preaching hate personally. That's how I look at it.
There's the Khazar theory that they promote that says that they're Turkic people who converted to the faith of Judaism, but they are not genealogically Israelites. I feel like both arguments can be strong. Okay. Like I don't know if I can land on a particular side and say emphatically, yeah, they are imposters, they're fake Jews, et cetera, et cetera. Here's what I can stand on. White-skinned Jews are not the only Jews. As a matter of fact, white-skinned Jews are not the first Jews or the first Israelites. If we go to Genesis 10, bro, they're dark-skinned, they're brown-skinned. You can't get away from that. All you have to do is look at all of the folk that came from Shem. And you'll even see how, if you're familiar with books like the Book of Jubilees or the Book of Jasher, these are extra biblical books that while they're not the canon of Scripture, they do contain history, and they even expound on a lot that we read in Genesis, really from Genesis to Deuteronomy.
Wait a second. John the Baptist, do you believe in those extra books, sir?
No, we've already discussed before. I don't think the books. Most of the books are left out because they dealt with narcissism. They dealt with ideology that doesn't go with the narrative text that Jesus and other scriptures was based upon. So
did you read? Did you read these books?
The book. Have I read each and every book? No, I haven't read each and every book. No, but I do know from reading the synopsis of the books that most of them deal with special knowledge, and not especially like the Book of Mary. A lot of books that people are talking about over and over again. Those books deal with narcissism and having special knowledge to get closer, to having a secret message that no one else understands. Well, that goes against the teaching of Jesus Christ.
But isn't that the interpretation of certain people? You could have a different interpretation as you read it.
Not interpretation is what. Okay, so basically, when like the Gospel of James,
Yes.
they say certain. Okay, so for example, God, it wouldn't be interpretation, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the way that you're saying it.
Okay.
Which what you're saying is kind of confusing me, but I'll say it this way. There's a doctrinal statement that they tend to lean to that's different than the doctrinal statement that we attribute to what Jesus was teaching. So there's no special knowledge that you need since Jesus Christ came and died, and now we all have the Holy Spirit. So we don't need this Gnosticism, this extra knowledge that no one else can get, but it's only that you got it, the special way that you got it, that can't be verified anyway but through you.
But isn't it knowledge is power? Isn't that what it said?
No, there's no. See, that's the thing. It's like when you go the king when Christ came and died, he ripped the veil. Anybody can receive Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, receive Jesus through the Holy Spirit.
I got that.
Yeah, so the special knowledge is something somebody's trying to elevate themselves. It's almost like how people I want to get to that's our whole different conversation.
So have you ever read what is it called? Biographies.
You mean books about other people? Books when
about a person. A person wrote a book about himself.
Yeah.
So do you think that's all about ego?
That's what James would be if according to what you're saying. James would be about ego.
No.
The Gospel of James would be about ego. The Gospel of Mary would be about ego. There are several books that were left out because it was dealing about the individual and not about Christ. It almost lifts them up rather than lift Christ up.
Do you know that for sure? Did you read it?
I think I told you, I didn't read all the books. No, I've read like sections of the book. I read excerpts from here and there. But have I read every book? No, I have not read every book.
Okay. Well, I encourage you to go read them.
Because
I think you'll have a better
you may have to read it. You may have to read it all. I don't have to read it all.
I say you read them all because I'm like this. If you're a person that is studying or obtaining biblical knowledge, you would think you would want to read these teachings, and then you can make your own decision based off of what you read. I'm not saying you have to believe anything of it, but just reading and understanding what it said, or even having an interpretation of what it's saying in there, you can still draw your own conclusion on that.
I would agree with you that reading just for reading is not a bad thing to do, no matter what you read. I'm only saying why the books was left out of the canon as we have it right now.
That's what I'm saying. Just think about even these higher up religious people done read the extra shits.
I'm not saying. I don't have no problem. Like I say, I don't find it necessary to read. I mean, if somebody wants to go, I'm not going to read it. I've read enough excerpts. I've read enough of the books, like to form my opinion of why they don't fit in the gospel.
Okay.
But just for the knowledge itself, just to read something just for knowledge, yeah, cool, read it. I mean, to say, well, I know this, John the Baptist don't know this. Okay, cool. You got somebody I don't know. But as far as the message of Christ, the messaging doesn't fit, and that's why he left it out.
Question: could there be truths in those extra books?
There could be truth in anything. Yeah, it's everything, like, because I haven't read everything single line in all those books. Could it contain some truth? Yeah, it could contain some truth. But could it contain truth, and could the message still not match up with the canon? Yeah, both things can be true.
I have a question. Are you racist?
Am I racist?
Mm-hmm.
I would say no.
Why would you say no?
I don't think my race is superior to any other race.
Okay. Are you a religious?
Let's get back to the Hebrews. Let's get back to the Hebrews.
There you go.
And so you'll see how the seed of Japheth mixed with the seed of Shem, mixed with the seed of Ham, Hamites and Japhethites, and Semites and Hamites, how they mixed and how they mingled, and how you got different ethnic groups, biblically speaking.
That's crazy.
These kinds of discoveries made me realize, oh, okay, hold up. Hebrew Israelites are pushing that the slaves from transatlantic slavery, right? West Africans are Israelites as a result of Deuteronomy 28:68. I said, they may be onto something. Now, because I'm saying that doesn't mean I agree with their theology.
Oh, okay.
You can agree with the history, but take up issues with the theology.
Got it.
And so where I would say I have agreement with them, these are the facts. And I don't mean this is stuff we could disagree
Pause for a second,
on.
Tom.
I'm talking about this is irrefutable.
Okay.
1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 4. Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies,
That's a
which
fact.
minister questions, rather than godly edifying, which in faith, so do. So yeah. So to spend time worrying about this, where we come from, and stuff that really ain't gonna solve any issues. That's what they end up doing. They end up worried about who came from what tribe, who came from this tribe, who came from this tribe, and none of it means a hill of beans.
So, in other words, according to the Bible, all of these people who worry about their genealogy or endless genealogy, going back to where they came from and slaves and all this extra shit, they would be literally going against the Bible.
It would be going against what Paul was writing about here in 1 Timothy. Paul is encouraging us not to spend time worrying about having these endless debates.
Yeah, they're doing too much.
Didn't Jesus say something about that too?
He could have, but I'll look it up and see. But I don't. He could have. I'll look it up and see.
No, I got you. Don't worry about it. You know, did Jesus in the Bible talk about endless genealogy? And
no, Jesus did not mention endless genealogies. That warning comes from the Apostle Paul in 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 4 and Titus chapter 3, verse 9, where he advises against getting caught up in them because they lead to useless arguments.
Okay, so Titus 3:9 too. So okay.
Yeah.
She sounds like a black woman. Wow, she said. He said I changed my Alexa voice to to this person, and she said it sound like a condescending black woman. That shit crazy. She does say sassy bitch. Okay.
But I just want to bring that. I didn't mean to stop the whole video for that long.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Hey, I like it.
Like we can go to Genesis and show
here I got
dark-skinned, black-skinned, brown-skinned Israelites, the seed of Shem. We can, and then don't get me started on Joseph marrying an Egyptian woman. How about Abraham marrying Hagar, an Egyptian woman? His third wife was named Keturah. Genesis 25. It's believed that she came from his household. Well, what made up his household? He had Canaanites, dark-skinned. They came from Ham. He's got Eberites, because the Israelites that we see, in Egyptian captivity and that are literally spoken of in the Old Covenant, well, they came from Eber, and Eber's in the line of Shem, and we know that Abram came from that same line. We're talking about dark-skinned people, so these are facts. So that's irrefutable. And there's so many other scriptures I could take you to, bro.
There you go, John.
There's a Benjamite in Psalm 7 named Cush.
Yes.
Cush means black, bro.
Yes.
Why would an Israelite mama name her son black? Judges 20, there's another Benjamite named Sheba. We all know about Sheba. The queen of Sheba we're very familiar with, but the queen of Sheba came from Sheba. Sheba came from both Ham and Shem. Both Ham and Shem have a Sheba representing both Ethiopia and Arabia. We know that Moses married a Midianite woman named Zipporah, The Midianites were as dark as Ethiopians. They were black. Black. So this is irrefutable stuff.
That's
Right?
not
Right?
that doesn't mean a hill of beans right there.
Well, and what does this have to do with the other coast of Africa?
Man, this is
because they're literally talking about East Africa, not Western Africa.
Not only that, Mayo, right? Let me do this real quick. Because I didn't want to have to do this, but listening to this motherfucker talk, which, you know, people gonna say what they're gonna say. One second. Give me 1 second real quick. I can bring this up real quick. Cause I'll be having things and I just be keeping it just because. Let me pause for the cause on this. I'm not gonna exit out of it completely. I just dropped it. Let me put this out there for you. Would you consider that nigga black?
Oh, you got a picture up, my bad.
That nigga darker than me.
We consider him black.
Is he based off skin tone?
He's Asian or Indian.
Okay. This is what I'm saying. By just saying everyone's fucking black. It's stupid. Is this nigga, would you consider him black based off his skin color without looking at his fucking face? If you just saw his skin color without his head being on that motherfucker, would you consider that motherfucker black?
Yes.
Yes. The nigga is darker than me. What are we doing here? This is why I hate these fucking colorist goddamn arguments. Oh, that's terrible. Anywho, I just want to say that. Just show that real quick. I'm gonna go back to my other one. But that was it, just fucking ignorant. But let's continue.
Like we have to work overtime to ignore these truths.
You gotta work very, very hard.
You gotta work hard. So that kind of got me into this journey. Like, okay, they've been preaching this piece that they have been preaching. Yes. Let me look into this.
Yes.
Bro, I've done my own historical DNA. I'm not talking about 23andMe and Ancestry. I'm talking about ancient DNA.
Oh my God.
There are products out there where you can go back further than what.
John, would he be doing that motherfucking thing that it said in Timothy not to do?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
And see, the thing in itself, though, there's not wrong to do it, but what's wrong is when you spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours trying to find a significance of it, trying to have a conversation to lead people to come follow you because you got this special, this special knowledge again, this Gnosticism. It makes you seem more intelligent, but then the thing that you're talking about leads exactly from the faith that we're supposed to follow, the faith in Christ, not the faith in our skin color, not the faith in our heritage, not the faith in our genealogy, but the faith in what we believe in, what Jesus Christ did for us on the cross. This stuff is pointless when it comes to the kingdom. It's only important to people who want to make themselves seem more, who want to edify themselves.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
Yeah, because he doesn't realize that right now what he's dealing in is conceit and ego, right?
Conceit and ego, okay.
Absolutely, because you're assuming that you have the correct knowledge. You're assuming that what you believe is the only thing that's important. You literally just said that, literally.
Well, I'm going off what I read in the text, though. But go ahead.
Exactly. So is he. That's what's crazy about it. So is he.
Yeah, but the difference. Okay, but this. Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead, Beans. Go ahead.
He's literally been quoting the text this whole time. Literally.
Yes. Okay. Yes, he's quoting the text, but now in the conversation, he's trying to prove how important it is to be a certain race, how to connect a certain heritage to a certain race, which is nothing wrong with it because that's in the text, right? But then the point that when it becomes a problem is when you spend hours and hours and hours talking about the genealogy of where you come from, rather than the point of the message that Christ wants to talk about. That's what Paul wanted us not to do. Paul said, if you're a Jew, I'm a Jew above all Jews. Educated, I'm Hebrew of Hebrews, but all that is dung compared to knowing the knowledge of Jesus Christ. Paul says anything that I can have that would edify me as a man, that I counted as rubbish, as dung, for the sake of knowing Jesus Christ. It's not that Paul didn't mention his background, not that Paul didn't understand his background in this history. He just said it's pointless.
No, that's what he's saying. So Kingdom Mind said he's explaining how he got it. He's explaining how worrying about color and lineage is wrong. Okay.
So that's what he's doing in the video too. Okay.
That's what. Yeah. Okay.
And still, even with that being said, right, I can go in the Bible and find things that people who claim to be believers like yourself disagree with Paul on. The point remains that you only agree with him on whatever you choose to believe. Right? How many women accept the fact that Paul says to learn in silence? When they hear that part, it's like, oh, well, Paul wasn't speaking for God. He was speaking for himself. Right?
That's a true statement. That's a true statement. That's a true statement. Women do that. People do that.
Yeah, people do that. So that's what I'm saying. When you're quoting the Bible and you're saying the Bible says this or the Bible says that, or somebody else is doing the same thing, it's kind of crazy to say, oh, well, this part of the Bible that they saying they paying attention to don't really matter. If any part of the Bible don't matter, then no part of the Bible matters.
So no, okay, in my argument, I didn't say that the genealogy didn't matter. What I said was it's not more important than what Christ offers. So, but go back to the second point that you made, that are there people, like an example that you gave was a perfect example, and not the only people, it's not the only example that happens, that when women say learn in silence, when Paul said learn in silence, are there people who disagree with that teaching? Yes, it is. But now them disagreeing, does it change exactly what Paul said, or does it show more about the people who just refused to follow it? It says more about the people who just refuse to follow it, not the teaching itself.
Well, we're given free will, so we were able to do what we want and not listen to anything that's based on anything because we got free will, right?
Yeah, you got free will, yeah. But a lot of it, you got free will. That's one part of it. Yes, you got free will to do that, and then it's also people will justify their bad behavior. What?
He said his father taught for years that women don't belong pastoring a church.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but people will justify their actions because they don't want to stop doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
And no women are no different than anybody else. Men do the same thing too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's continue.
23andMe and Ancestry can take you. And dude, I did mine. And I've got Tribe of Judah in me. I've got Hebrew in me. My ancient DNA says I'm 45% Semitic. And one of the arguments of the Hebrew Israelites is that the slaves came from Shem and not Ham. So they are onto something.
When they're saying this, I just want some clarity. Are they saying all of Africa, the northern part of Africa, Western Africa, were from Shem, and where did they get that from?
Okay, specifically, they're saying the slaves, those that were sold into slavery, are
All right, John the Baptist. Kingdom Mind so ask you if he knows whose son he is. So, John, do you know whose son you are?
No, I don't know. I never traced my history back. No, I can't get to my dad.
Well, she's asking about either Shem or Ham.
Oh, my bad. You and Shem. That was the flood.
Okay.
How would they know? Right?
I don't even know if Africans know. Africans don't even know. So that's how I look at it.
Because here's the thing about it, right? With the same people who would suggest that this information that he's giving is
Noah's son, the flood, Noah.
Is the same people who will tell you when we're talking about reparations, well, how do we know who gets the money? Right? So how the hell can you tell me you can't trace back 150 years ago, but you can trace back?
I can trace back 150 years of mine. I can trace back 150 years of mine. I've actually done it.
I'm just trying to understand for the people who argue against reparations and not being able to know who is who. How can we not?
But that's
get all the way back to 2,000 years ago.
Well, that's the same thing I say with the Africans say you don't know who your people are. Well, they don't know who their people are. They went through the same colonial shit that we did through. Their people was traveled throughout the lower half of the Middle East and the western half of the Middle East throughout all that shit. So to say that them motherfuckers know where their people are, no, you don't, because them motherfuckers was killed off. Your people could be not those people unless you want to say that your people were the people were the slavers. Then cool, we can say that. We'll say that your people were the enslavers of other Africans and sent them on their merry little way, and you know who your people are. You're traitors, sons of bitches, and you deserve to die. You can say that.
What point were you trying to prove by bringing up the picture of the so-called Indian man?
Because the nigga look like he black.
That's, well, not black as an American black, but based on black, what they mean, melanated.
Yes. Yes.
He is.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
But I don't understand the point.
Because you're saying the people of these people were black. Okay, well, I can show you tons of black Arabs.
Well, what does that prove by you saying that? You're not
because they keep saying that we are the people of those times. You don't know that for sure.
Now, I agree with you that they don't know that for sure. But what I'm still trying. But how does that pertain to them being black though?
Because they're just as black as we are. If not more, that nigga's blacker than me.
Like he's saying these people back then were black. And you like, well, shit, here go this Indian motherfucker. He looked black too. So what are you saying? Well, what does that prove? What does that Indian dude?
None of that proves anything. I'm just saying there's more colors out there that look motherfuckers that look just like us, have the same features as us, but they call themselves Arabs.
And Aboriginals.
Aboriginals.
But they don't though.
What?
See, that was the point, right? When you put up that picture, what did I think it might have been Mom in the chat. What did she say?
I don't know. Well,
she said he looks Indian to me.
Oh, she looks Indian to me. I said if you cut his fucking head off where you can't see his facial features,
right?
With the silk hair and all the other shit, and you just look at the nigga's skin tone, you would think that nigga was black.
So here we go. So when you look at the fact that she said he looks Indian to me, well, what is it that looks Indian to her?
His facial features.
Exactly.
But
Right.
here's the problem. Those same type of Indian people have the same style of hair we do, and they have all these motherfuckers have different colored textures of hair.
I ain't gonna lie, I've never seen that. I've never seen a single Indian person with my texture in my life.
Oh, okay. Well, let me help you out.
So, but again,
wait. Would you say Abba from Abba and Preach he's literally
so that's the taller one?
Yeah. But
okay,
Ethiopia was filled with Arabs.
Right. That's what I'm saying though. Is Abba what you put up in that picture?
No, but I can show you another.
Okay, so again, that's what I'm saying those people, those particular Indian quote people, the people when you look at them, you're gonna say, "Oh yeah, he's an Indian." Now he's
What
mixed.
about those?
Right? He's mixed. What about
those? What do they look like?
That hair doesn't necessarily look nappy, but yeah, they look like some sort of Africoid people. But
those are Ethiopians.
I just said they look like Africoid people, right? But
yeah, so this is what I'm saying is Ethiopia, Nigeria, and all these people were filled with Arabs around those times. So to say
what is this proven though? Look at their phenotype. Look at their facial features. Their facial feature, particularly the one on the left and the one in the middle. The one on the right looks more like he has Indian type facial features, right?
Well, Indian is not Arab.
No, duh. That's why I was trying to figure out why you pulled this particular picture.
Because these will be Arabs.
That's
the last person I showed was Indian.
Right. Arabs based on what? Because from what I know, Arab is not a race.
What?
Yeah, from what I know, Arab is not a race.
Arabian is not
like so you have Asians and you have white and you have black, right? And you
those are what people consider the master master races, if you want to say that.
Right. So
Indians fall underneath Asians, though.
Indians fall underneath Asians, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. So again, right? What you're talking about is the mixing of people, right? So that's why when you pull up the Indian guy and you say, "Yo, well, look at his skin color. It looks black." If you didn't have a head to the body, you would probably just say that's a black person. Absolutely, based off his skin and particularly in that style of picture. But now, when you put
that was just him sitting with his shirt off, but.
Absolutely. Now, when you attach the head to it, and now you get to see facial features, you get to see hair textures, you get to see these other things. Now you start being able to distinguish better, right? But that's the point. Not fast forward, but rewind back 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, with that same person. With a person from that same land where that man is from, and that picture of the Indian that you put up, would they have those exact facial features? Probably not.
Yeah, I would say so.
See, probably not.
The reason why I say so because the migration continued throughout there. So it was people that it wasn't like they stayed in one spot and stayed there. Most people back then actually migrated because they were migrating with the times of where the water and where the trees and shit was growing at the time. There wasn't massive cities until later on towards the newer times. It was mostly tribes again, where they migrated from size to size and back with the fucking times of the fucking year.
Right. But here's the crazy thing about it. How old is this picture?
Oh, I don't know how. That's clearly before we had black and white. I mean, clearly before we had color.
Well, so here's the thing, though, right? When you look up Ethiopians now, guess what they don't look like?
I don't know.
They don't look like that.
Oh no, for sure. But I just showed you. I just showed you these ones.
So that's my point. Why would you assume that picture, which probably wasn't even that long ago? Why would you assume then that 2,000, 3,000 years ago, the Indian dude would look exactly like he does in the picture?
So this was the colonization of the Middle Eastern Arab into Africa, and that's what you got, a mixture of African. Because remember, when they were doing the slave trade, they took the slave women as their concubines and sex slaves, and that's how you got these motherfuckers.
Right.
So hold on, let me read this. Beans, Claude Anderson routinely spoke at this man's church when his father was pastoring, teaching powernomics and reparations.
Claude Anderson gets around.
Thank you, Kingdom Minded. So do you not respect Claude Anderson now, or?
No, I don't have no problem. Well, I don't got no problem with Claude Anderson.
Okay, I was asking this question because you said that contemptually. That's what it sounded like.
No, I'm just saying, like, shit, every time I see him, he's somewhere new. And it's usually not even his own platform. It's usually somebody else's platform.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, he speaks a lot. He speaks at a lot of places.
Okay. All right, well, let's continue.
Descendants of Shem. Now, here's what can't be denied.
Okay.
There were Hebrews in West Africa before the slave trade. After the Assyrian captivity, when Assyria took the northern kingdom of Israel into captivity, when many were released after that captivity, many Jews or Hebrews, Israelites, made their way to North Africa. So taking up residence in Africa, that's not a strange concept,
right?
For Israelites.
Yes.
Let's take it a step further. Ham is the father of the northern African nations of today, right? So from Ham, we get Cush, right? Cush is Ethiopia.
Yes.
We get Mizraim, which is Egypt. All right, we get Put, which is Libya, and we get Canaan, which today is the modern day land and nation of Israel. Canaan is the territory that the Israelites took, right? So isn't it interesting that God had Israelites take Canaanite territory? Or isn't it interesting that God had Israelites, the seed of Shem, take a land from the seed of Ham? Is that just happenstance? Is that chance? Well, extra biblical books tell us that when Noah told his sons to divide up plots of land, right? Japheth, here's where your seed will be. Ham, here's where your seed will be. Shem, here's where your seed will be. It's the book of Jubilees or the book of Jasher, I can't recall, that tells us that Canaan took land that didn't belong to him. The land of Canaan that we read about in scripture was not his allotted land. That was Shem's land. That was land that belonged to the seed of Shem. So really, when God gave Israel, the land of Canaan to Israel, he was giving it back to Shem.
Their rightful.
It was their rightful land from the beginning. Because if you think about it, if you look on the map, it almost doesn't make sense. You got Ethiopia here, Egypt here, and Libya here, and then you got Canaan over here. It would seem like all of their land would have been all of this North African land. But anyway, I'm saying all that to say, Ham takes all of that land. Well, what about the rest of Africa? What about Central Africa? What about South Africa? What about West Africa? These are populated lands. Genesis 10 doesn't speak anything about these lands, but somebody lived there. Somebody would eventually live there. And I believe, this is where my studies have taken me. I believe one of the sons from the union between Abraham and Keturah in Genesis 25, one of those sons is named Epher, E-P-H-E-R. Some spell his name as A-F-E-R, Africa. And so I believe that through Abraham, the rest of Africa was populated. Now, we're still in the history category, right? We're not talking theology.
Yes.
Right? We're just talking history. I think it is sinful.
Okay, that
Well, we're in the theory category.
Okay, there we go. There.
That's a I believe.
When you say I believe, you're saying it's a theory, it's not a fact. So, okay.
Affer, reaching.
All the same. Yeah.
No.
You can say, yeah, never mind. We're gonna cut it. We're gonna let it continue.
That in 2026, the Bible is still being whitewashed. Still. Why do we still have, I'm not making this, hear my heart, Ezekiel, hear it. I'm not making this about race. I'm not making this about ethnicity.
Yes.
I'm just, let's call a spade a spade. Come on.
Yeah.
We still have images of European white Jesus.
Ask the mother Effer.
Seriously?
I bet she has answers.
What is it? So, Attica, someone should ask Mother Effer. I bet she has. You ain't shit. Oh man! All right, we got a little bit more of this, and then I'm gonna pay mine because I don't want John the Baptist to skip up out of here without listening to without letting him hear this part.
And people are holding on to it. Like, just do away with all the images.
Oh, right.
Just do away with it.
Right.
I mean,
rather than lie.
Rather than lie. And so then when we have white Jesus, now we've got white disciples, right? Why do we have pictures of white Adam and white Eve? Come on now. Can we use a little common sense? Just some common sense.
And our kids, they have it in their books, and it's and it does something psychologically.
It does. I'm gonna tell you what. One of the things it does.
Yeah.
This is why white supremacy still exists in the church. The one place it shouldn't exist. If white supremacy exists in any other pillar of society, understandably so, because that's the world. That's the world system. And the adversary runs the world system, but it should not exist in the church. And when you have images of white Jesus, let me tell you the mindset of some folk. I'm not saying it's everybody, but the mindset of some folk happens to be, well, if Jesus is white and I'm white, I must be closest to him.
There's no racism in church.
That's a lie.
It's only racism. It's only racism organized religion.
Oh, here we go. There's no difference between the church and organized religion.
It's actually a big difference.
What's the difference between the church and religion?
Well, organized religion is something that man's made, which is that's what it's going to be man's auxiliary doctrine teaching. The body of Christ is actually the church. The true believers in Jesus Christ is actually the church, not organized religion. Organized religion holds the things he's speaking to is speaking to organized religion.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, since you're here, I'm gonna go ahead and pause because now we're going into something that I need to show something because I don't know if you've seen this. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Maybe you were asleep and didn't see it, but I got this video. I found it somehow. I don't know. I was like, let me find something to talk about. And it just came across my screen. I was like, oh. But I just want to see what you think about what this man says right here. Let me bring it close for y'all to see, so y'all can. I mean, you just gotta listen to it. You ain't really gotta see it.
This is the final and most conclusive proof that what I'm telling you is the truth from the Bible. Europeans are the Israelites.
Here it comes. Oh, here it comes.
The principal component analysis of modern West Eurasians, showing us exactly how the Shemite populations work. The Shemite populations are everyone on here. Everyone I've talked about that's being a Shemite is listed here. You have over here Levantine and Shemite populations, Caucasians, Iranian, Turkish, Mizrahi Jewish, North Levantine, South Levantine, Arabian. Then you have the Ashkenazi and Sephardi Jews in between this cluster of 12 and those Shemite populations, exactly where Edom is to be. These are the Ishmaelites over on the right-hand side. These are the Edomites in the middle.
These are the 12 tribes of Israel in the red circle.
East Slavic.
You see it, East Slavic, Baltic, Central European, Germanic, French, Italian, Balkan, Spanish, South French, the Basque, and the Sardinian. You see it?
Baltic, Central European, Germanic, Balkan, French, Italian, especially North Italy, Sicilian, Spanish, South French, Basque, Sardinian. These 12 pools share not just a common paternal line, but a common total genetic heritage. The autosomal DNA of thousands of years living together as a people. 10 of 12 of these pools have R as their single highest Y DNA haplogroup, and all of them have haplogroup R at least as a co-dominant. The Ashkenazi and Sephardi Jewish populations appear outside the European circle, positioned between European and Levantine clusters, consistent with Edomite, mixed Shemite ancestry. Esau took his wives from the daughters of Canaan, Ada, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Holibama, the daughter of Anna, and the granddaughter of Zibeon the Hivite. Also Basemath, Ishmael's daughter, the sister of Nebaioth. So he took 2 Canaanite women and an Ishmaelite, and as a result, his genetics over time pulled out of the cluster. Look at the 12 tribes from 1200 to about 1050 BC. Notice how they cluster together and then are surrounded by the peoples, the other groups, and Edom is close but not part of them. Edom's down there in the south, close but not part of them. Exactly what the modern genetics are showing. 12 groups, 12 tribes. Figure 1b from Lazaritis et al. 2015 shows us that they have maintained their 12 tribe genetic signature, closely clustering with each other, Edom just outside, and the rest of the Shemites even further. Europeans are the Israelites of the Bible. Europeans are the 12 tribes. All of those groups I listed, those are the 12 tribes. They're all dominant or co-dominant haplogroup R. The Holy Spirit has made this evident now in these last days. This is the rattling. This sermon and these studies are the rattling.
Who's right and who's wrong?
He sound like the Hebrew Israelite to me.
Who's right and who's wrong?
Or going against the Bible, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is like that's why I said I pointed out that verse I pointed out earlier, because to talk about who is crazy, because if you understand how the Israelites got chose, there was nothing good about the Israelites.
They also were
Nothing
damned
good.
too. They were cursed too.
Yeah, it was like
So
there was nothing good about them. It's like they were like, it's like walking down the street, you see a bunch of trash and you pick it up like, oh, I'm gonna make you my son. And over time, you get value by being the son of God. But when he found you, you was just trash. What's the music?
My bad. Trying to download
So-
this damn YouTube video and it's not downloading.
So trying to figure out who was the true Israelite, we're trying to find out which one of us was trash, the original piece of trash.
Come
on, man.
So Beans, what do you think about who was a real Jew, who's a fake Jew? I want to know which one you think.
Listen, bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't give a. I'm like this. I gotta use your illustrious words. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't care. You know how you always say you don't care whenever you get checkmated, right? I just don't care, right? But at the same time, I hope he right. I hope he right. I hope that the 12 tribes of Judah, Jesus, and Jeet Kundo, I hope all the motherfuckers is white. I hope the whole Bible is some white shit. I hope niggas is completely and 100% wrong about this religion. Because the way, like, niggas is more dedicated to this religion than they are to their own health. Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just to me, it's sad, really, you know, to see it. The people that don't even want to know, like even when John said earlier that all those other books, they took them out because they had this or that in them, bro. It's a lot of shit that in the Bible, it literally tells you that if a man rapes a virgin, she is to become his wife. It says that. So that made sense to stay. It made sense to keep that in there.
That's crazy.
But this other stuff, well, they felt like it, you know, it didn't really belong. Right? And there's no way that if John even had a daughter, that if some man raped him, he would go to him and be like, you know, she your wife now.
Oh, wow.
No
That's
way.
crazy.
You need to give me 40 silver, and now my daughter belongs. There's no way.
You know the books I was referring to Gospels though, not the Old Testament. So you're talking about something different. What I was talking about.
I'm not. You just misunderstanding.
No, because what you're saying is the part about you speaking about now is actually in the Old Testament. Where it talks about if a man takes your daughter, then yeah, that's gonna be Deuteronomy or what's the book that deal with the law?
Leviticus.
Yeah, it's gonna be those books that deal with the law. And I'm not saying that the law doesn't have some treacherous stuff in it, some things that sound weird in it. But I know you did. I know I'm not saying. I know you didn't say I did. I'm just saying, like, I understand that the Bible mentions some crazy stuff and dealing with the Old Testament law. But the reason why I said I don't agree with the Book of Mary and the Gospel of Mary, the Gospel of James, because the Gospels, I was dealing with specifically speaking of the New Testament, because it doesn't go with the teachings of the common teachings of the New Testament.
Yeah, but to that point, a lot of people would say that the Old Testament doesn't align with the common teachings of the New Testament. How many people who are quote unquote believers have we heard say that they don't even have to follow the old law, when Matthew 5:19 says the exact opposite? Right? So that's what I'm saying. People, the thing about it is this, respectfully too, John. Every single fucking Christian particularly in America. I won't even attempt to speak on the other parts of the globe. But every single fucking Christian in America is an egomaniac.
Hold on, let me stop you right there. You just gonna call out a fuck America. Hold on one second. Let me show you something real quick. Go ahead and speak to that.
Yeah, no, I don't have to. But but again, the all of them, right? Because what they do is, like my mom used to say, that same thing that I think Kingdom Minded put in the chat, which was that you're not supposed to debate the Bible, right? But then guess what she did?
Debate the Bible.
Yeah, she went to monastery. What is it? Monastery school. She just graduated and shit.
Okay.
Guess what they did in there?
Debate.
You see what I'm saying? Guess what else they had to read?
Those extra books.
Those extra books, all that other shit, right? So if you are trying to take these positions of leadership, they want you to have all of this knowledge. They want you to have all of this information. You understand?
Yeah.
But for some reason, the average believer just thinks they can make it up as they go along. But that's not what the scripture says. It says study to show yourself approved. But it don't say study the Bible. It says study. Right? That means you should be studying everything.
I agree with you. You should study a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Including the other books.
Oh no, I don't disagree. I think people can. I agree with you. People should study those other books.
Yeah,
I have no problem with you studying those other books.
Like the truth of the matter is, like I said, just to answer his question, which I think I did already though, but yeah, I hope he's 100% correct, man. I hope that this shit destroys black people's faith at some point. Somehow, some way, they come out with some shit that just let black people know they've been fools this whole time to follow this religion that was beat into them.
You think Christianity was beat into them?
Absolutely. According to the stories told on this continent, it was.
Oh, okay. You mean you went all the way back to slavery? I'll talk about people of today, not people of slavery times. So I really do think we should start just leaving slavery out of it. I really do, because it's.
You know, the oldest Christian Bible was actually found in Africa, right?
I be saying that too.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I be saying that too, but you can't.
I mean, you can.
It's too much. You can't. Like, especially when you start talking about this, you really can't, right? Because that's where it stems from that time period. So you can't leave it out. Oh, why do black people in America practice this particular religion? Well, here's the reason. And that reason goes all the way back to that time. So you can't leave it out. You can't even answer that question without mentioning that. But it's the same thing when you say about, blacks voting Democratic. Well, why do so many black people vote Democratic? You gonna start in 1990? Probably
no. You
not.
started in 1967.
Right. You're gonna go back. Right. So you're gonna go back.
But that's more our time period.
You weren't born in 1967 though. Right. So
yeah, but I know. But the thing about it is, I know people who was. My sister was.
That's fine.
So to say, like I said, that's more of my time than 1647.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is you can't hinder the story or the truth by putting a time frame on it.
That's why black people will always be losing in this country.
That's not why. See, that's what I'm saying. That's not why. Because the other people in this country don't do that either.
Yes,
name the demographic, the race in this country who, when given access to their media, does not disclose, repeat, and rinse their fucking history.
The Chinese, Japanese,
you're a liar.
The motherfucking Korean, all
you're
them.
A liar.
Where's their media at? Wait. Here, let me ask you a question. Where is their media at? The
They
Korean
have
media.
the same. They have access to the same media we do. They make
Where-
movies. They make music. They got social media. They got
Okay.
TV shows. They make media just the same way everybody else does. And
Yeah.
guess what they do when they do? They make timepieces.
They make timepieces? I ain't seen no Korean timepiece.
Right, but again, they're not limiting their story to the last 30 years.
Well, show me one. Show me one now. Have you ever seen a Korean timepiece?
I seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
That ain't Korean, motherfucker.
It don't matter. It's Asian.
No, it don't fucking matter.
Wow. It is.
It motherfucking matters because
It
Koreans
does
are not
matter.
Chinese.
Just because I don't watch Korean shit, I know if I did, I could find something, but I don't watch it.
Show me some Pandemanian goddamn history.
I don't even know what that is, but it's irrelevant. The fact of the matter is, again, whether it's Indian, whether it's Asian, whether it's European, whether it's Hispanic, or whether it's Africoid, all of us.
What the fuck is this new word that you keep using, Africoid? What the fuck is this new word that you're using? Where'd you learn this shit from?
It's describing our features, and it's definitely not new. But
I said new to you because you haven't used it until today.
No, well, that's absolutely not true.
Well, okay, you've only used it on this platform today.
That may be true, but I doubt that. But it may be true.
It is.
But the fact of the matter is that whatever it is, they're going to deal with things from their history when you tell them their story. You can't limit it to time. You can't put a time.
This is not telling a story. This is literally.
No. So don't do that. Don't do that. See, because I'm trying to explain it to you.
Okay, go ahead.
When we having a conversation about something, right? Let's say we having a conversation about what Black people face in this country. I would agree with you. We don't have to go back to slavery.
Okay.
You don't have to go back to slavery at all. If you want to talk about the atrocities of the white man in this country, you don't even have to go all the way back to slavery. Actually, it's pointless to go back to slavery. You don't need to. You can literally just stay in the 1900s and you're okay, right? And these people will be demonized to hell, right? But if you're saying, yo, why is it that Black people practice this particular religion on this continent? You don't have a choice but to discuss slavery because that's where it comes from. Right? That initial breeding into them, which they have kept together for the last 400 years.
Well, you don't have to talk about that. It's not a must that you have to go back to slavery to talk about why people want to be Christians.
No, Black people on this continent.
Or Black people. I don't give a fuck who people you talking to. You could be fucking Portuguese people. I don't give a fuck. You definitely don't have to go back to fucking slavery to do so.
I want to ask Beans a question, just to hear what he say to this question. It's nothing deep, nothing. Just how do you think the Muslim religion spreads?
Well, I don't know. I don't think I've ever studied it, but if I had to guess, I would assume it got spread the same way Christianity got spread, that they forced it upon people. If I had to guess.
So what you saying is most religions are forced? Are you saying that most religions are forced?
I'm not saying that because that's not what I say. He asked me specifically about that one, right? It's too many religions, and most of them are absolutely not forced, right?
What?
Absolutely.
Name one that's not. Let's go with the top 4. Name one that is not pushed.
And even the fourth one isn't even spread, and it's actually not even a religion. Right? Buddhism wasn't forced on nobody, and it's actually not a religion, but it's treated like one. But Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, yeah. If I had to guess between the Christianity, the Islam,
Well, it would be Hinduism. But go ahead, what you got?
Yeah. Well, okay, yeah, Hinduism. Yeah, I forgot about that one. But yeah, but again, and even with that one, again, I don't know, so I don't want to say. But if you make me guess, I would probably assume. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was probably forced upon people, particularly in areas where the religion didn't originate, right? That's
that's fine. You can stop right there. I agree with that part.
But what I'm saying is this. But John even asking that question is, again, respectfully, fucking irrelevant. It don't matter if the other ones were spread that way, right? If the other ones is molesting kids, would that mean you should too? Right? So no, right? So it's like that doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that if God, according to most Christian people, is all good, he would be incapable of bad. Therefore, this thing that he created for good wouldn't even be able to be used to be bad. right? You couldn't be able to use God to do bad if God was all good, right?
Well,
But
we know God wasn't all good because he killed a lot of people in
yeah,
his
absolutely.
name.
No, hold on, hold on.
In
No,
his name, in his name, he did. Let's not pretend like that didn't happen.
Wouldn't it be good?
Your
Hey,
mic
say it again.
Oh, you have to say it again.
If God did the killing, wouldn't it be good?
It depends on who you ask. The motherfucker getting killed.
So for example, let's say, let's say, right? Let's say Beans, you walking down the street in Chicago every day, right? And then some dude just bully you every day, just want to beat you up, threaten you, take your money, whatever the case is, you can't get no peace. He's robbing your family day in and day out. And then God sends someone one day to just take that whole family, to take his whole family out. So therefore their family can't bother your family anymore. Would that be good or bad if God took care of that evil family?
Well, according to the analogy that you're presenting, from my perspective, it would be good, right? But imagine now that one of these people was providing for their own family, and now that person is gone, and now that family is suffering because their provisioner is gone. So for them, it would be bad.
Well, he said take the whole family out, so they all would be
said
gone.
took the whole family was gone.
For something that one person did?
No, it could have been, it could be one person. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, we can say that one person. We leave it at one person.
No, that's horrible and stupid, respectfully.
Well, the reason why I gave a parallel example, right? Because there in the book of the story of David, right? Not David, Saul, King Saul. Saul was told to go kill all the Amalekites, every single one of the Amalekites, every baby, every woman, every child, every suckling, everything that ever existed, destroy it all.
Including animals.
Including animals. And the reason why I say destroy because the Amalekites were evil, ruthless people, and God's people never get rest. Now, one may read that story and say, God is an evil God. But then, if you truly read the story, you have to say, no, God is a just God. So we can perceive things to be evil, or we can perceive things to be just based on why God did it.
That's a good excuse.
It's actually not, right? It sounded good, right? But it's actually not, because at the end of the day, you're still going off what you're accepting, right? So you're accepting that these particular people, all of them were just these horrible people, including the fucking animals, right? Like everything over there needed to be destroyed. You're accepting that. But even worse than that, right? Guess what it removes? It removes redemption. It removes repentance, right? Which is a core product of your belief, right? The ability to come back from, the ability to be risen again, to be purified, to be sanctified.
That wasn't until later, though. But that wasn't until later.
No. Hold on. No,
but God is the same always, though, right?
Yeah. Tom, you're wrong. Tom, you're wrong. Let him finish up. I see what Beans doing. Let Beans finish up. Go ahead, Beans.
So, and then the other part of it is this, though, as well, right? So now, moving forward, once you remove this evil, then humans now somehow have peace. Have human beings had peace since then? No. So that's the main reason why it's not a good excuse. Because he said he did it for a specific reason that still didn't come to pass.
So the redemptiveness that you talked about, right? Everyone has a time where they can be redeemed. And that's redemptive nature of God, that you have a chance to repent and turn away from your sin. But then there also is a window that can be closed on that time to be redeemed, which means when grace runs out and your life ends, if you haven't redeemed yourself by that time, then your soul is now condemned to hell. So the point of, so to the point you're talking about being redemptive nature, doesn't mean that everybody has a chance to be redeemed. Well, excuse me, I'm sorry, I said that part wrong. Everybody has a chance to be redeemed, but most people reject the redemption process. So there will be some people who won't be able to experience the goodness of God because they just rejected it. Doesn't mean that God didn't give them. It doesn't mean that God didn't give them a chance. It just means they rejected the chance. They rejected the chance that God gave them.
Right, but that can't be true because you're talking about babies. So
babies. It can happen to babies too.
Right. So they didn't have a chance.
So but you got to remember. So back in the biblical days, all right. Back in this time period we're talking about, that you could actually your sins actually did go to the next generation.
Right. So they didn't have a chance. Thank you.
I see the point. I see the point. I see the point you're making. I see the point you're trying to make.
They didn't have a chance.
I see the point you're trying to make.
I'm not trying. I didn't make it. You just made it.
No. I see what point.
Sins passed down to the children, which means they
No, I'm saying I said the sins, but the punishment can be passed down. Because this is what God knows that we don't know, right? God knows that if he pronounces judgment on a baby and takes that baby life, he probably knows what we don't know, which means that child gonna grow up be just like his father. Now I don't know that, you don't know that, but the Almighty God, all-knowing God knows that.
See, this he knows. You see how you're taking such liberties? No, in the next conversation, you're going to tell us we don't know the mind of God, right? But now you're telling me what God knows, right?
Yeah,
because you have to rationalize it in order for you to be able to accept it. You're not doing anything wrong per se, right? This is what we do as human beings. We try to rationalize things to accept them, except sometimes when it comes to the faith part, that you just accept it as, the miracles and Buddhism and all this other shit. But that's what I'm saying. Right now, you're saying, "Oh yeah, well this is what it was, though." He knew, like you don't know.
I didn't say what it was. I'm only assuming what it could have been.
I just said that it's called rationalizing.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Rationalizing because I just want to make
sure. Okay, I got you.
I'm calling it rationalizing because I'm saying you're thinking, right? You're not just making. You're not saying something that is nonsensical. What you're saying makes sense. That's what I'm saying. It's not that it's wrong. But I'm also saying in the next breath, don't tell me that I don't know what God thinks, because you're doing it right now, right? Even if you are assuming, you're still doing it, right? But the bigger picture is, at the end of the day, if God was going to practice that, why wouldn't he practice it with Satan? If he was going to practice, well, let me eliminate the threat before it even becomes the threat, why not practice that with Satan then? Then you don't have any of this.
Good question. I can't answer that question.
That is a great fucking question, Beans. Now, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that was the most compelling question that I've actually heard you make this entire time of me knowing you.
I don't know about that.
If I was to rationalize again, I would go back. I guess I'll ask your same question back to you in the sense of why did God put the evil? Why did God put the tree of good and the tree of knowledge and good of evil and wisdom in the garden? I don't know why he did it. That's a good question. It's a logical reason. It's a reason that he put it there. Maybe to test us. I don't know. I have no clue. That's a good question.
Why would he want to test something that he created? That doesn't. See, that's what I
Well,
always.
well,
that,
well,
that, to
don't-
me, that
well,
makes no sense.
Well,
Why?
don't. Okay,
Especially,
I
hold on, wait,
probably
especially-
hold on. Let me say because I need to correct something I just said. Because you focus on the word test when I was just saying that I don't know if it was the test. I was just saying it
Well,
could
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which word you use, right? Because I'm
Go
going to say
ahead.
this. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter what words you use. Why, if you already know what you created, why would you put something there that you know they're going to fail at? Literally, they were supposed to. The
okay,
thing for them to do was fail at that.
So how do you, okay? So
and
next
that's where
question.
and that's where you get Satan, right?
Okay, no, okay, correct. Okay, so I'll give you that. But how do you have free will if you only got one thing to choose from?
don't have free will.
If you only got one thing, if you only got good to choose from, then there's no such thing as free will. But if you got good and evil to choose from, then you got free will to choose. You have to have
where was the concept of us having free will? Where did that was that even in the Bible?
The concept of free will. Where does the concept of free will come from? I would,
because that's what we've been told that we have. Where's that at in the Bible that says that we have free will? I don't know if it's in there. I'm just asking.
No, I'm trying to go from memory too, because that's been a while. Where concept of free will came from.
Well,
but if I had, go ahead.
I looked this up actually, and because me and Hamp was having a conversation about it. Because Hamp doesn't believe in free will.
Yeah, I don't either.
But he sent me some scriptures to highlight why he doesn't believe in free will. Now I can't remember per se, but to your point, I don't think the actual phrasing is in the Bible. Right? The same way how he used certain scriptures to highlight that, or at least to analogously support his argument that there is no free will.
Mm-hmm.
Other people are going to use scriptures to analogously support their argument that there is. You see what I'm saying? It's not actually a phrasing. Hey, because you know what's so crazy? Old girl who I just interviewed, the chick that be on Lapeef, she pointed this out to me when we was talking about age of consent. Because she said that whole thing when people were like, oh, your sins become your own when you turn 12, that's not in the Bible either. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's not in there.
Right? So when I was like, okay, so what age to you do you become grown? She said 20. And then she used a couple of scriptures to support 20.
Yeah,
right?
I remember that argument.
So the thing about it is, it's so much of that, bro, which is why it's like, I don't want to exaggerate too much, bro. But I promise you, it almost feel like more than half the shit that Black people espouse about the Bible is not
be a lie.
This shit is not actually in the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
But to the point that you're making, though, Beans, it's like the age, like you say, when you get 12, you got to get baptized. Well, that's not in the Bible. When you're saying 20 to get, like she's saying 20 for the age of consent. Well, I don't think that's directly in the Bible either. So, but the reason why they get passed down, though, and to your point, to why you're right on this part of it, because people who could not read back in the day, they just preach what somebody told them to preach.
So now you're gonna blame it on motherfucker can't be able to read. I get you. See?
Well, no, I'm just saying
you hate Black people.
Okay, cool. Say that. But you're distracted from the point I'm trying to make. I know you are. Yeah, you know I can't take too much talking at one time while I'm trying to talk to you, though. You know I can't think and talk.
Go ahead,
anyway, though.
nigga, goddamn.
Yeah, but yeah, so a lot of dudes was preaching what they heard somebody else say because they really couldn't read themselves. Okay. And so that's how those things that wasn't in the Bible got passed around.
Yeah. Because a white man was telling you what he wanted to say. That's why. Just tell the truth. It was a white man.
Well, I wasn't around to tell you. It might have been a white man. It might have been a white man. It might have been a white woman. It might have been a black man. It might have been a black woman. I don't know who it was. I wasn't there.
But who was giving the sermons in 1672? A white man to his slaves.
Right. That's a good point. That's a good point. But then it makes me wonder, what training did those Black preachers have, let's just say from 1920 to 1990? Like, what the fuck did you know what I mean? Like, did those preachers of those churches have some sort of documentation to state that they were properly prepared to deliver these sermons, right? Or because I feel like, and I'm using feel intentionally, I feel like a lot of this shit that we believe or that we regurgitate, I heard in church.
Oh, you did.
It's very possible that I heard that shit at home. You see what I'm saying?
Well, your mama wasn't she a preacher?
Yeah, but my mama became a minister in
Wasn't
the
she
late
an evangelist
90s.
first though?
No. She became a minister in the late. My auntie was an evangelist, still is. But my mom became a minister in the late 90s, right around the time when my auntie was becoming an apostle. And she started her own church and stuff. And so
I thought women can't be. Never mind.
Yeah, and you know how that shit go. But just recently she started going to, I don't know if it's missionary, monastery, whatever it is, the school shit to get the thing to be a preacher or whatever. But but no, I'm saying like
seminary.
But yeah, seminary school, thank you. But before that though, you know what I'm saying? Early 90s and before that, it's like your sins become your own at 12. I probably heard that shit in the house. You know what I'm saying? Even though it feel like they were saying that shit in church too, particularly to us kids at Sunday school. You know what I'm saying? But it's probably more likely that I heard that shit at the house. But then it just becomes, where, to your point, where the fuck did they get that from? I wish it wasn't so damn late. I would call my mama like, where did y'all get that shit from? I know she gonna say she got it from her mama. You know what I'm saying? And my grandmama's gone. So we can't even ask her, where the fuck did y'all get this from? Because they don't say this shit nowhere in there. Unless the only thing I could think of is the Jesus story. Is the fact that when Jesus was 12, he went into the church and shit and all that extra shit, turned over some tables, stood on business, told his mom, I'm out of here, all that kind of shit, right?
Was he 12 when he did that?
Yeah.
Well, he's combining two different stories.
What happened when he was 12?
12, I think it was 12 when he was walking back. His family forgot who he was. He was back there teaching the elders. He was back teaching the elders when they remembered they left him and they went back and found him. The turn over the table was happening when he was right. If I had to guess the age, he might have been in his late 20s, about to turn 30 maybe. Before, I'm just guessing the timeline of his age on that one. When he turned the tables over, he was an adult when he turned the tables over. I'll put it that way.
Well, then he would have been 30 because I think the story picks back up at 30. So he would have been 30. So you said, okay, so what the fuck happened then? Was it 12 when he told his mama I was taking care of my business, bitch, man?
Yeah, I was about my father's business. Yeah.
And that's what that was. So that's what happened.
Yeah. He was a kid then, and then the part turned the tables on the temple. He was an adult.
That part. Okay, yeah. So thank you for the clarification.
So he's saying that Jesus disrespected his mother.
No, Jesus did not. This shit. No, that's big. No, hold on. No, stop. Listen, that's big. I entertained Jesus how he quoted the scripture. I didn't really change it, but he did not disrespect his mother.
What he said? Did he say I was handling?
John, we
my
my
father's business
like that.
What he said was what he told his earthly mom was I was about my father's business.
Oh, so bitch, I'm about my father's business. Who the fuck is you? You think you better than Cool Jesus?
His father. No, just like any relationship, a father outraised the mother.
Nah, he wasn't a father though. He wasn't a father, but you can still disrespect your mother though. No matter if you're doing his business or not. Yes, you can. You can disrespect your mother. Even if I'm doing my dad's bidding, I can disrespect my mom when I'm doing
the blasphemy that you're doing right now. I would not
this is crazy
anymore.
This is crazy.
Right now, what you're doing is you said my Jesus sinned, and you are a lie, sir.
Bro,
you are a lie.
Hey John, that shit's called back talk. When I was growing up, you gotta hit in the mouth for that shit. I'm just trying to tell you.
What make you think you better than Cool Jesus, nigga?
You are sir. You are blaspheming the name of
crazy.
Jesus right now, sir.
No, I ain't.
Sir. I'm shutting you down right now.
No. You can't blame me for what you said.
It was so bad when I was young. We got hit in the mouth for answering questions. Okay.
Well, you got so would I be right saying that your dad wasn't around then?
No, my father wasn't around. No, but my mama was always married, so it was always a man in the house.
Yeah. So, but you kind of making my point right now, though. But your father wasn't around.
Nah, what makes you think you better than Cool Jesus?
The point I'm trying to make was if your father there, maybe your mom would have done that.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
That's when my father gives me a message, then that's who he outrates everybody.
But I think to the point I was making though, I think that might be it though. That might be the story, right? That make people think like, okay, cool. At 12, if Jesus was able to be about his father's business, then maybe, goddamn it, that's when your sins become your own. I'm just trying to rationalize. Like, I don't know where the fuck they got that from.
Hey, but think about it like this: if Jesus was able to disrespect these hoes, why can't we?
Lord, I tried Jesus. I tried my best, Jesus. I do, Jesus. I try my best. I do. But God, I can't fix it, God. That's on you.
Hey, listen, you call it what you want. If Jesus can disrespect these hoes, why can't I? That's all I need to answer that. What makes you think you better than Coon Jesus, nigga? That's a true statement. That's all.
I try, God. God, I do my best over here.
Jesus was about his father's business. He treated him like Coon Jesus, nigga. He said, "Who the fuck you think you is, man? You think you got privileges over here, bitch? You ain't my father." Is that what he said? Is that what he said, John?
Come to Jesus.
Hey man, it's 11:30. We've been up here for 3 hours and 41 minutes, man. It's about time for me to shut this shit down. I'm over here doing putting together shit because it's been sitting for a couple hours and I'm being lazy, so I need to get on it. And then I'm taking my ass to bed because I gotta be up and go to work. Thank y'all for being here. This has been fun. We went over a little bit of conspiracies. We went over religion as it could be a conspiracy that motherfuckers don't want to live through the other ways of the Bible like they're supposed to, biblically, even though Jesus was out here disrespecting his mama, calling her all types of bitches and shit. I remember, I heard it. It's okay. Hey, Jesus understood sometimes bitches need to shut the fuck up. I get it. I understand. Lord, let's not beg. You know, you pray over us and make sure we good. Even though you was out there disrespecting mama in the Bible. At least that's the way I interpreted it. Maybe it wasn't disrespect then, but the way I look at it in today's time, it could have been deemed as disrespect. As you say, you're doing your father's bidding instead of, you know, doing what you were supposed to do, answering your mama's questions or whatever she asked. I don't even know if she asked anything, but I'm just going off what John the Baptist said. John the Baptist is the one to put these thoughts in my brain. Thank y'all for being here, Lord Jesus. We are about to be out of here. And I just want to leave y'all with this. As we talk about religion on the way out, just remember, Bean said that over here in America, we literally are about ego in America, or some shit he said about Christian shit. I just want to let y'all know Africans are worse than us. That's all I'm saying. And we out.
Mbona amatu waziritse iyi nkoni z'ubugenda na wamukinnyi na